What's good?
Yo. Your boys are back.
We back.
Back like we never left.
Pull up and smoke. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what episode this is.
Doesn't even matter.
This is a question mark episode.
Nah, we starting over.
This is the new pull up and smoke.
Yeah. This is new.
Pull up and smoke. 2021. How about that? It's y'all in 2020 right now, but we already thinking 2021, 2022, all that good stuff. So.
Thanks. So
yeah,
welcome. You know what I'm saying?
And welcome back to everybody that used to watch us on the old wave.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new wave.
So it's your boy Big Rod, aka Hawk, or the Hawk McSailor.
You already know, man. It's your boy E Mac, huh?
And it's your boy Solid from the Hawk McSailor.
Yeah. So first thing we gotta do, always
You gotta light up.
Light up.
You got to light up.
Lighter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully y'all lighting up with us as well out there.
Of course.
Make sure y'all log on, subscribe. Hawk McSailor. Yeah, Hawk McSailor across all social media.
hit him with that Lil Wayne before every. He flicked that big boy.
We need that. We did that sound for the intro. With a good tough tune drop. Tough tune beat on that thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's the signature sound. Let you know we here.
We here, baby.
Indeed.
So, let's get into it, man.
Man. So,
How was everybody Thanksgiving?
it was cool, man. Took the family out, man, to Broken Bow. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little cabin out there, man. So, just kicked it, man. Enjoyed it. Good time with family. And
You went out there for Thanksgiving?
No, I went that Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
But when we went there, we had Thanksgiving food. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
Oh, y'all did? Y'all ate Thanksgiving food again?
Yeah.
Out of town?
Y'all cooked it there?
no, my mother-in-law, she cooked it here and then
And then
just
y'all
took
took it.
everything there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man. Well,
So, yeah.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah. What's up with y'all? How was y'all Thanksgiving?
It was all good, bro. Kicked it with fam. You know what I'm saying? Ate good. Now it's back to the gym because I didn't slack a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? So
Everybody say for Thanksgiving they gonna slip that day, but that should end up being several days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
Absolutely.
You know,
Because the leftovers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
but
gonna-
even after the leftovers,
you gonna-
it's
yeah.
like, man, you know what? And I always wanted this Brahms burger. Or I
Right,
wanted this.
right.
I might as well touch that too.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, back to the grind. You know, we had that, birthdays, all that. So tomorrow I'm back on the
Sure.
grind. You know.
Now, you was just out of town, too, right?
Yeah, just Vegas.
Yeah,
you know.
just Vegas. You
Vegas
hear
Brahms, Vegas Hawk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every crew got one.
Just Vegas.
I own up to that one. 'Cause I do often I frequent Vegas pretty often. It's like another home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Did you come back with some Vegas money?
I did. You know what I'm saying? But
That's what that boy didn't want to tell us. That's what he didn't want to tell us.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man. So, what's up with you, man?
Nothing, man. Working, Thanksgiving, same old. Ate and I ended up going to a friend of my wife's, and they had brunch for Thanksgiving.
That was different.
Okay.
Like last Christmas, they had a seafood thing,
Yeah.
so they always try to do something
Yeah.
different. So we made Thanksgiving food at the crib, but then we went over there to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just tore the rest of our shit up. Of course, the day after.
Right.
And let me ask y'all a question: how long do you think is good to keep leftovers from Thanksgiving? When is the throwaway date?
Sunday
night.
night.
By
that's a wrap.
Monday, you shouldn't be eating no more Thanksgiving.
Nothing,
food.
no pie, no cake, no
Nah,
nothing.
especially not no pie, no cake.
So no nothing.
Nah.
All of it is done.
Yeah, all
All
it
of
should
that's
be done.
done.
From Thursday, a lot of it was cooked Wednesday, technically.
Okay, so say for instance, it's cooked Thursday,
Still,
Sunday. So we
Sunday.
got Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
It's 4 days.
Sunday night. You can eat it.
So-
The
yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 4 solid days. Okay.
Absolutely.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing being frozen. It's just in the refrigerator.
Right.
Just
Right.
sitting,
Right.
so.
Right.
That sound about right.
And like anything else, shoot, the next day it tastes even better because the food had time to sit and season. You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that one.
I definitely agree with
Nothing
that.
tastes better than when it's fresh. When it's
Nah.
fresh. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
It's just
saying?
certain items for me. It's certain dishes to me that feel
Yeah.
like the macaroni.
Yeah.
Once that thing sit in there,
Yeah.
I like it the next day.
Yeah.
Really?
That's just me. I don't even like my food real hot.
Me neither.
No, me either, because you can't enjoy
Me
it.
neither. Yeah.
But I'm saying,
I would say
it's
the
not
next
like-
day is now.
Is it all the food for you, or is it just certain
It's
dishes?
for the most part all the food for
Heck
me.
nah.
Yeah,
Nah, not all.
like the dressing, the ham,
Dressing,
you know what I'm
dressing be
saying?
good regardless.
Yeah.
I can say that. Like you want them dressing up, as long as you got some cranberry sauce.
Mhm.
I'm really not a big gravy on my dress. I'm more cranberry sauce.
Got you.
You know,
I love.
I gotta have both. I gotta have both gravy and cranberry.
Oh, great.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Great.
You gotta have both too.
Nah.
What you got? Which
I just
one?
like cranberry sauce. Period.
Yeah.
I'd use that as a side.
Right.
And I like the
As the
nigga, I love that shit.
Hold on, you eat.
No, what I'm saying is I have so much of it on my plate. You would think it's a side.
Oh,
You
I thought he did bust open the can, boom,
Right.
and then just dump the whole little.
Hey, it then maybe about a half. When Shorty make it, she make it, take it out the can. She be trying to slice it up. I'm like, look, before you slice it, let me see something. I take about a quarter or third, knock that down. And
that's
like
you.
said, that's kind of like my gravy. You know what I mean? Like, and
Well,
just,
I mean,
instead of putting it on top of something, I just kind of go back.
So
to
you
it.
just go, you cut it, put it on, like when you scoop it.
Yeah, like a scoop. Yeah.
So you don't put it on top of the dressing.
Nah, but I use it for everything. Like, eat some dressing, bam, give me a scoop.
Right.
Of that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
all in one fork scoop.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Got it.
That boy said
got
a
it.
side. I thought he was like, you know how you got your plate be divided up. He got one section just
Yeah.
with straight
Hey,
cranberry.
Yeah,
that's how much of it I eat.
Yeah,
And
but like
I-
he said, he dip it with
I
something
know.
else, and yeah.
But I'm thinking
that's-
he said
yeah, the way he
eat it by himself.
And I just have to get the disclaimer out. I'm a canned cranberry guy.
Yeah,
Out the
me,
can.
yeah, me too.
I tried it before. Somebody made it from scratch. It was just
Yeah, it don't taste.
it felt like you're doing too much.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just take it out.
It,
the
it
can.
needs to look just like the can. It needs
Yeah,
to
it had
have
the ridges.
the ridges
Yeah,
from the
all
can,
that.
all that in there.
All
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Definitely, man. So, hey, yes, man. What y'all been smoking, man? I mean, I know
Yeah.
when it comes down to holidays, that's when people kind of everybody more so with family. You know, business still has to be taken care of course,
Right.
but a lot of you kind of wind down, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
some people smoking less, or you just not as social because you kind of with the fam or whatever. So for me, I really, of course, smoking our sticks, Hawk McSailor sticks.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
make sure y'all go to hawkmcsailor.com, pick up
Log
our
on.
sticks,
Definitely.
log on.
Plenty flavors.
Other than that, man, I really have been just trying. Like, I think I'm back at that stage where I'm just kind of trying stuff here and there.
Right.
I was on them tobacs real hard.
That's what I'm on now.
But guess
Still.
what? I can't smoke them no more. The last few times that I had smoked, I think I told you about this.
Yeah.
Bad batch or something?
I don't know. I feel like I was getting. It gave me. You know how I don't like dip cigars. It was giving me that feeling. So where after I would smoke them, my stomach would hurt. It feel like I smoked a dip cigar. So I don't know if they changed something because it hadn't always been like that. Like I
Right.
used to smoke them in
Which ones are you smoking? Like
both
Okay,
The
the.
Maduro,
Yeah,
and the Habano.
hmm
Yeah.
So that's for me. Because right now I've just been trying. Like I said, I've been trying different sticks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Nothing. I don't have nothing really set where I'm just like, oh, I'm getting it every
Yeah.
time or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For me, man, you already know, smoking the Hawk McSailor. I've been really playing with the OG like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hawk McSailor OG. And then I've been kind of going back, man. I've been on the Superfly again. You know what I'm saying? Just vibing with that. It's a dope stick. And let me see what else. It was the Banker. The Banker
Yeah, I
stick.
like that bank.
Yeah, the Banker joint.
I
So
don't know nothing about that banker. I know Tabak. Tabak and Monty's.
yeah.
Which is
Hawk
how
McSailor
McSailor.
Monty.
Yeah, Monty's, that's just my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get nice, you get nice in a legal way, almost feeling buzzed like you smoking something other,
Right.
get that Monty.
That's what we smoking right now.
Exactly.
So, I know we a couple weeks behind,
Mm-hmm.
but we got to talk about it. Regardless, y'all gonna hear our opinions on this.
What was
Talk about the Jeezy and Gucci battle. We ain't gotta stay there long,
Right.
but
Don't touch on it.
we can stay
Don't
here
touch
as long
on
as we need because we ain't talked about really none of the verses like that.
Right.
okay. So
You know what I mean?
Let's hear the thoughts.
save that. Let's save that one
Okay.
because I feel like that was one of the biggest. You dig what I'm saying? Out of all the verses that we haven't talked about on this platform right now.
yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. I want to know about this one because the other ones are so far gone. Like they didn't happen a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I want to know y'all opinions on the Gucci and Jeezy.
Let's give opinions on that, and then just just address Versus as a whole as far as what they doing for the culture.
Versus
blah,
is
blah,
dope.
blah, you know
Versus
what I'm saying?
is real dope. Swizz and Timberland, shout out to y'all. Y'all did something real dope for the people for free. And on a platform that damn near everybody already got, which is Instagram. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. Kudos to y'all. The Versus, Jeezy did that. I know people gonna be like, he bugging, but I never really was a Gucci fan.
But that's understandable for you.
I'm with you.
It's understandable. You being from New York,
I
can definitely understand that. And I can just, in general, I can understand when people say they're not a Gucci fan.
Right.
He's one of those artists that he can have a core fan base, but everybody don't. It's not necessarily everybody likes him.
Right.
He's becoming that. You know what I'm saying? Since he got out of jail,
he got hella hits now. I'm not.
That's the thing.
Nothing from him.
He crossed like the whole crossover thing. You know what I'm saying? He actually started making actual hits. Before that, everything was street. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess me personally, man, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope for the culture in general. And I thought it was good for people to see grown men actions. Even though...
Yeah, I'm about to say...
But see, this is my thing. With Gucci, I feel like he had every right to act the way he acted.
It's about delivery to me. Gucci, you can act that way and still get that message across, the message that he did give across. It's the way he did it. He was too immature.
Yeah, but that's the thing. How mature can you be when somebody's tried to kill you?
It's...
Ain't no maturity.
No, I try to kill you. You bring up your outfit. Come on now, get for real.
And you what?
You tried to kill me.
Right.
And you bringing up your outfit. Oh no, you sent somebody to kill me, and I'm up here getting at you. I'm Gucci Man, right?
Right.
And I'm bringing up my outfit.
Right.
Oh yeah, that boy. Yeah,
that's what I said. Overall, he was kind of.
But that's because
I got such and such a jury.
Yeah. But I think
Gucci, stick to the. Stick to the plan. You almost got your life took.
But here's the thing, though.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the reason why he was doing that is because he was losing that battle. So when you, like anybody else, when you losing, you gotta come up with little things and talk about your clothes and talk. No, bro, you was losing the rounds.
But man. I feel like he
What's up? The other torch.
He came out hard with them songs at first.
Right.
The dope game hard. Mm-hmm. That was perfect. And then that joint when he
The Truth.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the one where he actually talking
about it. Yeah, I feel like if he would have held on to that song kind of later on in the battle, because he got so many hits.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. I think
he got too fast. Bro.
I don't think he was prepared for how verses go. Like, people are supposed to talk about the songs or give some type of introduction. He wasn't giving no introduction. Everything for him was next song, play it.
Right.
So I think when he started to see that, okay, before every song, Jeezy is talking.
He said, nigga, you doing too much talking.
But that's the thing, though. He didn't know. He wasn't prepared for that. So after that, it's like, and you got to remember. No, but it
is what it is. Shit.
But you got to remember the video he made before that. Before the verses, when he ran down the hill, he was like, "Are we gonna do? Is it gonna be a fashion versus too? Because I'm gonna have." So he was already thinking like, "I'm gonna be clean. I don't know what he gonna be having on. So I know I'm gonna be iced out. I'm gonna have." So I think that was already in his head. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was dope, man. I think Jeezy really got his message across. And I think it changed Gucci's heart during the battle. I don't think Gucci. I think Gucci went up there with every intent that I'm gonna disrespect you.
Gucci had about 60 people with him.
Yeah. But that's something else you got to look at too. Just like aesthetically, like Jeezy up there, he was by himself. But of course he wasn't by himself. But it still looked like, yo, I'm in a battle. And it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? True enough, you got, like you said, 40, 50 niggas over there with you. I'm over here by myself, solo. Rocking your ass.
No, but
you know what I'm saying?
When the reason why you seen the people with Gucci is because this is the camera. They had the exit is that way. Jeezy people already walked that way. They ain't got to cross the camera, so it's kind of don't make.
No, they was just on the side of him.
Who? Jesus,
You can
like
see-
you
you
can
can
still
see-
see some
yeah,
of
but I'm talking
Jesus
about at the
people.
end, you seen that big ass crowd of Gucci people who just cross over, like walk past the camera. That's
Yeah,
all.
but during the entire battle, that group of people
Yeah,
was
they
standing right
you
there
seen them. They were very visible.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Pooh Shiesty them, it was his.
Yeah.
They was all right there.
Yeah.
Who's talking about, Jeezy or Gucci?
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jeezy when he said Jeezy was kind of like by himself.
Yeah,
But
but
there was people there.
You just didn't
Like
really
he-
see them.
Yeah, and you didn't have a group like Gucci. Actually, had his people standing next to the stage with him. All right, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I think it was dope. Like I said, I think Gucci, he had every intention to disrespect him.
Right.
But I felt like it was therapeutic for both of them. I think it was very therapeutic for Gucci. I think that's why at the end he was like, "I receive it," because he was able to get it out.
Right.
Like
Right.
now you know how I feel.
Right.
I got to do this song in your face.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
do you think he would have took that approach if Jeezy didn't son him?
No, that's
Before
why.
that.
No,
Yeah.
but that's what I said. I
Yeah.
said I think it changed Gucci's heart during the battle.
Right.
That's why I said
Right.
that because I
Because
think
if Jeezy wouldn't have said what he said, Gucci still would have been on that
yeah,
disrespectful.
and if Jeezy would have said one disrespectful thing, it would have went south.
right, right.
I think it would have went south, not on verses though. Like I don't think that would have popped off right then and there. I mean, it's the same. Cause look, like I said, people joke and play and say Gucci slow, but Gucci man knows he want to stay his ass free too.
Right.
So ain't no way in hell you know you got 1 point or how many people was
Yeah,
watching.
some millions.
You be I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
A good fist fight, he'd be all right. So what? So hold on. So who gonna press charges? Jeezy? That's snitching.
He's so grown now. He like, hey, this is what I do now. I'm just saying, yo,
He ain't gonna press no charges.
Law-abiding citizen.
Oh, you know what? These niggas got so much money. Magic City gonna press the charges. Y'all fuck. Why the fuck? When you got money, they find ways to get the money from you. Believe that. Me and you, we can fight each other right now and just be like, hey man, that's brothers fighting.
Right.
We fighting here.
Only-
the
only-
person that
no.
owns this house, which is you,
No,
gonna be
that's
like,
only
hey,
domestic. Only
Man, they return that
domestic.
shit domestic with that kind of money. Gucci
Yeah,
said
it
he
gotta
got-
be domestic.
Gucci said, if I got 10 things in clothes and such a millions in jewelry, man, we need some money. They could be sitting there scratching their head. Hey, look, listen. We got it.
You're right.
Somebody's getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
But I feel what you're
yeah.
saying, but I feel like it would have got ugly, but not, like you said, maybe a fist fight, but all them people there,
Yeah.
it just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe it would have got ugly outside of there, though.
Yeah.
Like Cameron.
but I just think even if it would have got ugly, I don't think it would have necessarily been Gucci and Jeezy. I think it would have been an
The
entourage.
Because too many
entourage.
people got
That's
point
who it
for it.
always
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
always an
that's
entourage.
It's an entourage.
But I'm just glad that we were here to see this. You know what I'm saying? Because when they,
And 1.3 million.
bruh, it was
Is
crazy.
that the most?
It was
Yes.
crazy. And then it was, I think,
And
they
that was
said-
just 1.3
Well, yeah.
on
It was
Instagram.
Live,
So that's
but they
not
said
even-
overall, I think it was like 5.5 impressions. So all the areas where it may have been streaming, it was 5.5 million.
And I know that Instagram never held. You know how sometimes on Versus, you might see 700,000, 300,000, 650,000.
Yeah, but
that
not-
one point,
Bro, they
I'm saying that one point it
had
held
because they had
It
what
stayed.
100,000 before the battle even started.
And I felt like man, they finessed us. You know what I mean? Them niggas just
Well, I can say it
actually
was
late.
late.
Damn, late. Like
It was like
nigga,
45 minutes late.
Nah, they was about a cool 30, 40 minutes
That's
late.
what I said, 45 minutes
oh,
late.
okay, I thought you
Yeah.
were 25.
No,
yeah, nigga, I'm
45.
like, man, I haven't watched this. Go ahead, check this out. Go ahead, lay down, go to work. I'm like, it's 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, they late to their own concert. You know how that goes.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's two
and I'm
big
not
artists.
mad. I'm not mad at the DJs
Oh, they
who
had-
was,
they
who
had
was
rock-
rocking before.
Shout out
Like
to DJ Scream.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. But like I said, man, this is a battle that we never thought we would see.
At all.
The Jeezy versus T.I. thing would have been good, but at the end of the day, it's about the people. It's about what the people wanted to see, and the people wanted to see that. But if you was to just tell me like, yo, Gucci and Jeezy battling, I'm like, boy, stop. Like that's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's almost like
you know what
50
I'm
Cent
saying?
and Ja Rule.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
that's
don't-
never
Yeah, I
never
don't
ever
think
gonna
that's
happen.
Exactly. So, because I even put the question out there before it happened. I was like, well, no, I said, I think they're going to be in the same room.
And I didn't believe
Yeah, he was like, no. I said, bro, I guarantee you they're going to be in the same room. They got to be.
Because that's how they do verses. now.
Exactly. Yeah, for audio purposes. Like, it's everything sounds better. All that split screen stuff, it don't work, man.
It
So,
shocked. Hey,
yeah.
it shocked me.
Yeah.
I was happy. I felt good.
I kind of want to say it was a check cut.
You better believe it
You better
was.
believe.
But they got a deal through Apple.
Yeah, it's
You
definitely.
best believe they got a big check cut. Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up for the
Yeah.
people that did verses before they got.
Yeah, that's true. But like anything, you know what I'm saying? It is growing. They working out kinks.
But
And-
they regardless if you didn't get that type of check,
They probably
every
got a
versus.
check from Instagram.
But I was about to say every versus, I'm sure people's music platforms shoot
Right,
up.
it does.
So then from there you getting money,
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
If your contract's signed right.
Right. Yeah.
Facts.
that
You did.
publishing looking right.
You did.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
You did
But
the
man,
verses.
like we said, bro,
TLC
shout out.
did the verses with somebody and be pissed off.
Oh, yo, speaking of verses though, I see T.I. said he want to do 2 battles.
See, I need to sit his ass
No,
down.
hold
Don't want to
up.
battle
Hold up.
him.
No, hold up. Tip say he wants somebody to battle T.I. and then somebody to battle Tip.
Listen, T.I. just talk. He could talk good. Don't nobody want to battle him.
Bro.
And then the niggas, no, but my thing is, the niggas that do step up to him, like when Busta Rhymes said, I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he like I
tried to
said,
play the
he
age
talked his
thing.
way. Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. But
You act
but
like
but,
you
Right,
but, but
he
at
was
the
ready
same,
for Jeezy.
yeah, he was.
He was ready
Yeah,
for
he
it.
was ready. But
I get that, but my thing is, if you talking, whoever step up to the
Right.
plate, I'm gonna smoke the boots.
But here's the thing though, it still could be one of those things. Like I said, it's about the people. The people don't really want to see that. Even though, you know what I'm saying, regardless if he ducking the smoke or not, just looking at that, if I was to see that flyer, I'm like, I'm gonna tune in, but I really don't want to watch. I don't want to
But
see this.
What you should say? I'm gonna tune in.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune in, but I'm
They're
not.
two great artists. So you
Yeah,
just wanna
yeah.
hear
But-
it.
and it gotta make sense.
But that's from a musical, a person who's in music,
Right.
By us being in music,
Yeah, we're gonna watch
we can
regardless.
appreciate it. But a regular, everyday person who just listens
Mm-hmm.
to music, they don't want to see that.
True, but I just feel like T.I., you need to calm down when you start talking about anybody can get it type shit. Like,
But I mean,
that
I
gotta
think
make
I think he believes in his catalog,
And he does
he
have a
has
hell of a
catalog.
catalog.
right. So I think that's where, and I think he's just trying to get. I think he's doing it to get somebody to bite. Jeezy bit. They happened with Jeezy. It was gonna work, but people, you know what happened, because it wasn't until that interview released to where Jeezy was saying that when Swiss called him, he was like, the only person I'll do it with was with Gucci. He said Gucci respectfully declined.
Right.
And then that once that interview released, it was like the next day it was like, oh, they doing it.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, I wonder did that something with that get to Gucci, like to where he was like,
Well, yeah. I mean, either it could, like you said, it could have been a money thing that they
nah, I think it touched the artist in Gucci because Gucci, you know, he hot.
right.
He got hella hot catalog
Right.
too, so he like,
Right.
hold up, nigga. You know what I mean? Besides me and you that don't like each other personally, it's like, nigga, I can smoke you on
Right.
some music
Right,
shit
right,
too.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I felt like
And,
Gucci like, hold
and
up.
I'm not the biggest Gucci fan, but he came
He got
better.
crazy
He
hits.
came better than what I thought he was gonna come as furthest.
Because mind you, they got to pick 20 songs, right?
Yeah, but they played like 24.
yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
but Gucci got a solid 50 songs.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
probably more, but I'm just
And
saying.
there's still some hits he didn't play.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He got a
Jeezy too.
solid.
Yeah,
Jeezy too.
Cause and that was I think I was kind of disappointed because some of Jeezy stuff, I'm like, why are you playing this? Like, you
Yeah.
got way too many hits.
I said
You know
that
what I'm
about
saying?
Gucci though. I
I'm
said
saying,
that.
Yo, stop playing your favorites.
Yeah,
You know, like-
that's what to me. Gucci did that the most. Gucci plays some B-side,
that's
unmixed,
his
unmixed
favorite, you know what I mean?
mixtape records.
It's like the people like, yo,
Them ones still on some burnt color CDs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like pink, red.
yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all niggas playing y'all favorites. Like, why
Right.
are you playing this?
Yeah.
The people don't want to hear this.
So okay, who y'all got with Keisha Cole and Ashanti?
Ashanti.
Yeah.
I'm running with Ashanti.
Y'all,
I don't want to see that. I really don't care about that.
Yeah.
Do Ashanti?
Ashanti look better on screen.
hold
Off
up.
the muscle, Ashanti.
Don't
muscle.
disrespect
No, no, no.
Ashanti.
I
What
like
you finna
Ashanti.
say?
I like Ashanti.
Does Ashanti what?
She got the hits, but are her hits as an impactful
Yes.
and hit as hard as Keisha Cole?
You know why?
Yes.
Because when you look at her, that look alone impacts.
Now,
Cole not ugly.
no,
She ain't
not at all.
Ashanti
But
neither.
I see why.
Ashanti though, she's always been cute, but as of recent, she's starting to just look the way she looks.
And that's why when they do the verses recent, she's gonna get your Coco get
But
smoked.
I'll say this. I'll see why you asked that question. Because with Keisha Cole got bangers, but Keisha Cole also has a certain fan. And
What
it's
about
the-
when Keisha Cole mama get up there and get the acting up? She
Man,
gonna
man,
fuck the
leave
whole verses
Frankie-
up.
Yeah,
Frankie out of
Frankie-
this.
I fuck with Frankie. I fuck with Frankie.
But like,
Frankie gonna come and tear that thing
but
off the frame.
Ashanti, all females like Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? But with Keisha Cole, she hit them females who've been hurt. The chicks who mad at all the niggas in the world. So that's her audience. Like how Mary J used to be. That was Mary J's audience.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's my point. I think my point is that like, is it as impactful? Like I think Ashanti has good songs. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like them. Don't get it twisted.
She got the good, feel good song.
But I'm saying Keisha Cole got
the
you
pain.
gonna feel it.
Right.
And she sing with that.
But that's just like
with
Fantasia.
that.
You gonna feel Fantasia.
Right, and Fantasia gonna blow some folks out the water.
But when you look at her compared to Ashanti,
no, it ain't about.
Nigga,
it's not about looks.
Nigga, versus is a virtual thing. We gonna see them. Ashanti gonna come out there like Gucci Man, like, hey, look at my opponent.
Look at my body.
Look at my opponent. Look at her. Look at her.
Shout out Ashanti. Shout out Keisha Cole.
I think it's gonna be dope.
I think it's gonna be dope. And you got to think about the different bags that Ashanti can get in. Ashanti can go in her Ja Rule bag. She can go into her as a writer bag. You know what I'm saying? Joints with J Lo.
Keisha Cole all right? I don't know.
I don't think she do. You know what I'm saying? But again, bro,
And
when
if
you
she
dealing with,
I think she probably wrote a lot of her own music, but I don't think
because I know Missy wrote a lot of Keisha Cole stuff, a lot. So, and I'm gonna be honest, that's somebody who don't. Man, she's gonna body people, whoever it is in the battle.
I feel like that needs to be the
Missy's
first
gonna kill.
guy and girl versus is Missy
So,
and
but
Busta.
this okay.
A video battle.
No,
I want to see a video battle between them two.
video, song, whatever, because they both got hella catalog. They both like.
So,
But is there really no female that can battle Missy?
No. Not with that type of catalog.
not with that type of catalog. I don't think so.
Because Missy, you don't know whether to call her a rapper or R&B
Or a
singer.
writer.
She's doing everything.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know,
Yeah.
but I was just wondering, like,
So that's why I said a video battle would be super dope. And we never seen that on Versus before. Her and Busta.
Hold on, bro. Versus. Because, see, people be thinking people don't see stuff, but stuff run across people's desk, come across people's computer, and all that. So if they do a video battle,
You know you heard it first.
you heard it at Pull Up and Smoke first. My man Max said it.
Yes.
He's actually been saying it for a while. So, just know, y'all got, look, with the hoods, tap in.
Tap in.
Y'all need to tap in.
Tap in.
You know what I'm
Busta
saying?
and Missy.
So, any video versus,
Yeah, you know.
you need to tap in, Jay.
Yeah.
You need to tap in.
And so let's stay on the same, along the same lines of Versus. Have y'all heard? Well, before I ask that, what verses would you like to see?
Ooh.
And then and same question go for you, Rock.
Versus,
We might stay on this subject for a nice little minute.
This might be the whole
This is
topic of the damn episode.
because
That's fine.
I have a lot of questions.
I would
about
like
this.
to see Big Daddy Kane and Rakim.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
a lot of these youngsters.
I know, but it's for the
No, I'm just saying because he said who wouldn't, and I'm like, these youngsters, they don't even,
because
they don't care.
As far as the new generation, I don't know who I would want. I mean,
And that's what I was about to say. So
Gucci is good.
The old generation, the issue is they're going to be good battles. They would be good battles or whatever if they was to happen. However, the numbers wouldn't be as high because the fans is not. You know what I'm saying? You got to think the majority of people that listen to Big Daddy Kane and
have old nigga moments that can't work the internet.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? They have, hey baby, come show me how to get to that.
What's
Graham
it
Esther.
like
Graham
Esther. Certain shit is for the. I mean, a French Montana and Jim Jones.
Trash. I do not want to see it.
Okay, but
I do not want to
do
see
you
it.
think the numbers gonna be high?
No.
Okay, so what's the difference between Rakim and Big Daddy Kane?
No. The issue is
See,
that
you having a young nigga moment now.
no. This is the
The
issue.
numbers still gonna be low as hell, right?
The issue is that those two artists are not. I don't think they're versus capable. Like I think Big Daddy and Rakim.
Anybody's verse is capable. It's just
No,
about
I'm saying
who
for
want
the
to see
people.
it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, and that's what I mean. I don't think people.
I think
people want to see Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, but it's that audience that wants to see it.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you said that the numbers gonna be low, that's why maybe think about something that's currently
Right.
coming up.
Right.
I just don't think that's.
I don't think that's a good versus anyway.
Yeah.
I fuck with Jim Jones, French Montana, and whatever.
He got hits.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I just
and like I said, and
I'm
I'm not a French fan at all, but I just know the impact of them records when they come on.
But so who would you like to see?
I would like to see, and it's funny because I told him a while back. It was Tribe versus Outkast, and then hell, two weeks later, that ended up being a talk. But now, I want to go back. I want to see Tribe.
Outkast gonna smoke Tribe, and
Stop it.
I'm from New York. I always wave my home team flag.
Yeah.
Outkast gonna dust them boys off.
Yeah.
I disagree.
All right.
I disagree.
Outkast
I
is
disagree.
gonna work 'em.
But I would like to see Tribe battle.
Appreciate it.
I would like to see Tribe battle De La Soul.
Yeah, but
Y'all,
Yeah.
these old.
No, I'm saying because
they're gonna be good battles.
Yeah, because
I want to see Jay
and who?
and Lil Wayne.
Stop it.
Little boy, you want to see him die? You want to see that boy get
No.
the hope or something?
This is
That
the
boy gonna be
thing.
stretched out
I don't-
on the versus screen.
He ain't got but 6 dreads left. He gonna be bald. That's a fact. That's a whole fact.
This is the thing.
Don't do
This
that
is
to
the
that
thing.
man last dreads, man.
No, because I think he's the only person that can battle Jay.
How?
Who else can?
Drake.
No one.
Who?
Drake.
No.
no.
You bugging.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
Those-
Drake.
Drake could battle Jay, but
No, his
Drake is
catalog
different
is-
because he got R&B and rap. But
That's what
either
I'm
way,
saying. No.
Jay gonna have to battle himself. Jay-Z versus
Nah,
Sean
bro,
Carter.
y'all tripping if y'all do not think that Wayne, because Wayne had, I personally feel Wayne has way more hits than Jay. He has more hits.
No.
That don't have anything to do with it, though.
I get it, but I get it. It doesn't.
Yeah, get on the work the goddamn keyboards over there, brother. We can just see
Wayne,
that for a fact.
I agree with that.
Wayne has more hits.
How? I want to see. I
Hit
want to see.
records.
Where's the phone? Somebody pull out their phone.
I can't use it.
Where your phone at? Now, when you say hits,
I'm talking about hit songs. Tell me what songs from Jay-Z. Now, my disclaimer, and y'all know, I love Jay-Z as well.
Do you really? Bro? No, I'm messing with you.
not the way you do.
Yeah, no, nobody loves Jay.
Not even Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to my boy Young Rick.
This boy bro
Don Ricky
Young
Marco.
Saint. Bro Young Saint. So this the thing. Tell me, name some hits that Jay really just had on the radio.
Hold on, you mean like Billboard? Cause
Yes.
I'm about to just Google.
Yeah.
Hard Knock Life.
Right.
Give it to me.
He got it. He got them. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Wayne got way more hits.
But like I said, to me, it's all about impact.
Now,
It's
But
about-
Jay,
it's
but see,
about
but this
impact.
the thing about Jay-Z. Jay-Z impact is not for everybody. And when I say that, no, hold on.
Okay.
Because even speaking for myself, when I was younger, listening to Jay-Z, I didn't care about nothing he was talking about.
Right.
Didn't understand.
yeah, it says leading the way amongst all rappers when it comes to top 10 hits is Drake, who has secured an incredible 35 smashes throughout his career. Behind the Canadian powerhouse comes Wayne.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but this is the thing. So, like I said, even with it wasn't until I became older and my mind frame changed to where I started to appreciate Jay.
Right.
Then Jay really is more impactful from the standpoint of what he does. Him being a business person or whatever.
Right.
Musically, he has bars. He go hard. He's been able to transcend time. Like he's been able to evolve. And man, 51 and still can get on the mic and appeal to everybody.
He run with the best of them.
You know what I'm saying? But
Again,
again,
not everybody, but I see what you're saying.
huh?
He can't appeal to everybody.
But
Right,
I think,
because
I think-
you-
but,
your mind
but
gotta
the
be-
thing is, I think he appeals to everybody over time because, like you said, okay, when Reasonable Doubt came out in '96, you was what?
In 96, I was a teenager.
You was okay. So I was 16. You were too. So
96, I was 11.
okay, so you was 11. So like I said, just over time. So now listening to those records as an adult, you like, oh, I get it now. Nigga, I want to, make sure my taxes is good and this, and I want to own a business. I want, what I'm
But
saying?
it wasn't Jay that made me feel that.
No, I know, but
I just understood what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's like,
my thing with when you start talking about, well, I like the way you said Wayne has more hits.
Right.
I can respect that because a lot of times we say Jay is the greatest, and we think about everything he done. When I be saying like who's better, Jay or Wayne?
Just musically.
Yeah, who can rap better?
Wayne.
Rap by
Wayne can rap better than Jay-Z.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest. Wayne can rap better than the new Jay.
No, he can rap better than Jay.
Not back in the day, Jay.
Yes, he can.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bar. But see,
No.
that's the thing.
Bar for bar, no.
Yes.
No,
No, not
now,
bar for
yes.
bar. Not bar for bar.
Yes, to me now.
Not
No,
bar for bar.
but that's where the divide is. So if we want to go bar for bar with Jay Wayne, I don't think you really can, because Wayne is still like a metaphor rapper. He's
Him
still,
and Eminem.
Big Sean can see
Him
Wayne.
and Eminem
Huh?
are the same.
Big Sean can see
Are you
Wayne.
crazy? This boy crazy as hell.
Cut it
We talking
out.
about rapping.
Yes, you said Big Sean can hang with Wayne?
I disagree.
What is boy? What's in that?
A Hawk mix.
What you can
Amazon.
order right now,
In disclaimer.
HawkMixiller.com.
See,
Make
the
sure
money-
y'all all going to get your money.
Yeah,
Exactly. The money
you
would
know,
take it.
I just told you about this, right?
The money will take you places. That boy's high as hell right now. To say that Big Sean. No, okay, so let me clear up what I'm saying about
Wayne
Jay.
still want to be rapping like Eminem.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with that.
He still don't feel like he better than Eminem.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Them two
No.
are in the same space.
But he
When it-
doesn't
no,
feel like he's
Wayne-
better than Eminem.
Wayne-
And
Wayne-
Eminem over raps.
No, Wayne do too.
I don't like
Wayne
that.
do too.
I mean, I don't like
and you know what? That's the thing that separates Jay from those guys, because I ain't never really heard a Jay song to where he just rapping and not really saying nothing. I think Wayne has bars and he says things that sound like Eminem same way. They say things that sound cool and you're like, oh, that was dope. It was creative.
And that's why,
but,
but that's
but at the
it's
so
same
that's why I
same.
say that's rapping. That's
That
why I
is
say
rapping, though.
he raps
right,
better
and-
than
but
Jay.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and with Jay has always had something to say.
Exactly.
He ain't never really just got on the record and just I'm just
Right.
gonna
And
rap.
that's what I was saying. That's why.
Jadakiss to see Wayne. Now
Hell
play
yeah.
with that if you want to.
Boy, bro, he'll I ain't gonna say he gonna wash Wayne, but he'll get him.
No,
He'll get Wayne.
dog.
What
This
you gotta say
is
about Jadakiss?
this is the I love Jadakiss.
Okay.
This is the thing, bro.
Shout out to Jay.
Yes, but when we're talking about Wayne he's so creative. No, it's not many people that is that creative. Jada can go hard talking about dope and just being fly and whatever. Wayne gonna kill whatever.
Who's better than Wayne to you?
Rapping,
Rapping. Fuck what they accomplished. Album sales, all of that out the window. We talking about
I can't,
Ball for ball.
I don't know if they're
I know who you about to say.
Twist.
I know exactly. No, I know exactly who you about to say.
no. Okay, I got somebody.
Who?
We're gonna let's say
Boogie?
hold on. We're gonna say the name at the same
Nah,
time.
if he think it's Boogie, it's wrong.
No, it's not. I ain't gonna say Boogie. Well, I'm gonna count to 3, and we're
Hold on,
gonna say a
'cause-
name.
No, hold on, because I lost the nigga name. Hold on.
You don't know it. If you lost it, you damn sure.
No, I see his face. I just can't think of his name.
Mozzie?
Nah,
No,
hell no.
no. I bet.
Don't ever disrespect Mozzie. What up top?
Don't blurt it out.
Gunshot.
Though.
What up top?
God, I can't think of my boy name. Say who you gonna say.
I was gonna say King Los.
Yes, there you go. I promise. I'm thinking King Los. I just couldn't think of his name out. King Los, I think, is somebody who can. That's their
Rap
Okay.
better than
But
Wayne.
now that you say that, because I remember we had that session not too long ago. Black Thought could see Wayne.
Absolutely. But
Boom.
as
But hold on.
Talk
as a
about rapping.
okay.
Just
No,
rapping
no.
alone.
But see, that's where I think it.
We just talking about rapping. No.
Yeah, that's why I
Okay,
get it.
okay.
But I'm saying, what to me, what separates Wayne from those people is the fact that he can rap about literally anything.
And Black Thought can too.
But Black Thought is he still be on subject, and when I say that it's like he don't really veer from what he's talking about anytime you hear him rapping.
I mean, because he don't do drugs like that, man. He's not a Martian. I mean, he's a regular guy. He's Philly.
I
mean,
get
when
it.
you're a Martian and you're a goblin, you high as hell. That's just point blank period. Mm-hmm. And but he's spitting.
facts.
But you high as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Take the drugs out the system. Let me see what you can get. Black Thought will give it to you right out of bed.
No, I get,
sober.
I don't take nothing from. I don't
Yeah.
take nothing
Yeah.
from Black Thought.
And
he's
I
just not my.
respect King-
He's
King Los, too.
just
I
not my style of rapper. And when I
Okay.
say that, is that's my everyday what I was. And that's a lot of that's probably me just being from the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I just say with Wayne. But see with Jay, the way he puts his stuff together, Wayne doesn't do that.
Right.
And I've said this before. The only other person that do that to me is Boogie. is Westside Boogie. Nipsey too. Nipsey and with Nipsey was with Jay, Nipsey and Boogie, especially with Nipsey too. They're talking about real life and they're able to create their real life and be creative with the real life.
To me, I give you Boogie when it comes to how he puts his raps together. I don't see it in Nipsey. Nipsey got flow.
I agree with that.
Of course.
I agree with
No,
that.
but that's why I just split it up. I said with Nipsey it's more so he's telling you what's real, but he's doing it in a creative way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of cats that can just be creative, but it's not real. It's false. It's you just make it, just pull it.
Real fabricated.
You know what I'm saying? But with Nipsey, it was real life and like to the point to where he paint that picture without really telling the story. You know what I'm saying? Like his verse, you can feel like you in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can feel like you've been through.
But you know who I feel that with?
I'm
R.I.P.
about to say
Pimp C, nigga.
Yeah, but
maybe that's just me.
No.
When he talked that
love
talk,
Pimp C.
I could smell the crack. I could see the chick. That nigga could be.
Yeah.
Listen,
I felt that man first through the radio.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this nigga,
yeah.
that nigga, that was my boy.
Listen,
Right,
we
right.
played. It's one of those black card games.
We played it last night.
But not Black Card Revolt. I think it's a different one. I can't
Okay.
remember what it's called, but it's a black card game. But they asked, who would you rather bring back? And the group of people we played, about 10 of us. And Tupac, I can't remember who else was on there, but it was Tupac, Biggie, Pimp C. I can't remember the fourth person. The vote was Pimp C though. And that's
You in the South too, so you know what I'm saying?
That too.
You in the
And
South.
like I said, here I am from New York, and still.
That trip.
That-
Every time you
I
tell
think
me
you would bring
that
back
trips
Biggie
me
though.
out.
I think you would bring
Nah,
back
I don't
Biggie.
think so.
I would bring back Pimp C.
I don't think so.
Out of Biggie, Pac, Pimp C. Who else? Just throw out another
Nip.
great.
Yeah, Nip.
I don't want Nip in that category, but go ahead.
I'm
Okay,
gonna pick Pimp C.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna.
Who would
pick
you
that.
pick?
If I let's see. Damn. Nip. Only because
I agree. I say Nip.
yeah, I'll say Nip because Nip. If I could bring him back, he still has work to do.
Right.
Like Pac had already put in the work, and we saw him ascend to like pretty much icon
Pac,
status.
and Pac, not to cut you out, but I gotta say this about Pac. Pac, the route he was going, he had fell off of.
Mm-hmm.
Pac was descending technically because he was falling too much into the thug life.
Right.
Not to say he could have never got back on track, but the Pac that I think we grew to love, like from the jump, he had changed. You know what I'm saying? He became more on the gangster side, the thuggish and whatever.
So why wouldn't you bring Biggie back?
I love Biggie, but
Because he ain't accomplished really nothing. 2 albums.
yeah, but I guess maybe that's the thing. We don't know we don't even really know Biggie's capability. Like at least with Nip, we got to see what he was doing.
But even with Big, even when Big was alive, hell, based off the first album, people was calling him the greatest rapper ever. So he already got the opportunity to kind of feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm on that Mount Rushmore of top
but 2
guys.
albums and maybe a scattered couple freestyles on mixtapes,
right.
that ain't enough. I want to hear more.
Because I don't think Nipsey really heard the word legend while he was here.
He didn't.
He didn't hear that. You know what I'm
And
saying? And Big got the opportunity to hear that just because of his impact and, you know, being from Brooklyn and being the epitome of the niggas who don't got absolutely shit and just, you know what I'm saying?
But I think
when
Nip. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. So when he got signed and you saw his come up, people they were rooting for him until his dying day. You know what I'm saying? So he got the opportunity to really feel that love. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Nipsey did.
Yeah,
I think Nip started to feel the love off this last album. That last Victory Lap.
Yeah, I think
That's when
he started,
broke.
but he wasn't that long.
No, of course. Just kind of like with Big. Big felt it for a hot second and he was out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Nip is like he been around, we seen his grind, and it made you go back and watch old interviews, listen to old music, mixtapes and all that. It was like, man, that boy came a long way and got real polished and stayed true to himself and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
He got real polished, but he stayed true to.
And I think
his
that's
core
the thing
beliefs.
about Biggie. Like, I wonder because Biggie already sound polished. So how would he have?
Well, that's coming from Puffy too, though.
Yeah, but
You know
still.
what I'm saying?
Hey, but Puffy, you gotta think too. Puffy stepped in on Nip album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm saying, that Victory Lap album made Nip a little bit more. You know what I mean? Not gonna say a little bit, a lot more
Oh,
bigger
yeah.
than what he was previous to album.
But I think he was
Pre-album.
making the right moves. Like
No, that's what I'm
that
saying.
dude was making
Right.
he was making the right moves in the industry. You even before that album, you started to see him more.
Right.
Like I went from only seeing him from where the people that I knew or when I would listen to him, and the only reason I listened to him because people I knew that went to college in California
Yeah.
had brought him back. So I went from knowing who he is, seeing him here and there.
Like we all did.
You know what I'm saying? But I was listening to him, and then he did the remix with Dero, so that was big. You know what I'm saying? The Ice Cream Paint Job remix.
Right.
But then I start seeing more interviews of him. You start seeing them, and then the interviews wasn't just about, oh, you from L.A.
Yeah,
Your
you
gang
gang
life.
bang and then-
No, he was
No.
talking that like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I'm trying.
He was
to do.
talking entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was just talking
but see,
about,
and I feel like with Nip, out of them 4 people we just named, or who you bring back, he learned from everybody before him. He was a real
course.
student
Yeah.
of the culture,
Yeah.
not just the rap game. He was a student of the culture, so
Right.
he was thinking about business and
Yeah.
everything like that. Pimp, that nigga was something special, man.
yeah.
For real.
Him was a character.
But he was himself. He was true to himself, and I hate the fact.
Was he though?
Yeah, man, come on, man.
I got to put a question mark over it.
I always question
I gotta put
that
him.
because you gotta think. Not to say he couldn't be a pimp, but Pimp was married. He had a family. And he spent plenty of time with his family.
And?
But no, this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
No.
That's what I say because it could happen. I'm not saying that. But with him being the star he was, you never seen none of that.
No, my thing is
I
this.
think you saw
it's
after
not-
he got exposed.
It's not what I saw. It's what I heard from him. Once it's in you, it's
I
in
got
you.
you.
You see what I'm saying? That's just like this.
How I say about Nip, like you can't make that up. Like Nip can't.
Yeah, you
Right,
can't make
right,
that up.
right.
Once you a fighter,
Right.
I don't care if you ain't fight in 30 years. Mike Tyson is gonna take your head off at 75 years old, as long as he got legs and arms to be able to mobilize him.
right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
man, come on, Tyson.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard about you. And
Right.
da, 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 da. I believe Pimp, the way he was talking about that street life, it was so vivid to me. I'm like, yo, you know. And then when he came home,
That's when I
like
saw the
that-
change.
No, I'm talking about.
That's when I saw the.
It
Well,
is-
I heard the change in
Yeah.
his pen.
it's not just the Pimp thing. I'm just saying him. Period. How he came at everybody. He was trying to organize everybody to get together and get off these labels. He was kind of not saying on some nip shit, but just he had his business hat on.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, you know what? We out here doing this, that, and the third. And even though I'm not from the South, he knew that the South was so big. He was trying to unionize all the South artists together to be like, we don't need nobody.
Not really. He was only Texas.
Texas big enough to do
Yeah,
that.
because he came out and
self-made
said
millionaires
that
out
Atlanta
there.
wasn't even the South.
right.
You know why? Because he was mad at them niggas. Nigga, 10-5, I was out there. He was talking that shit, coming at everybody.
Yeah.
You ain't this, and I was out there. I was, you know what I mean? And that's what made me feel like, that ain't nobody come out here and no, you wasn't.
Yeah.
Even to this day, ain't nobody say, man, that nigga was just talking a whole bunch of, no. That nigga was, you know what I mean? He was just real to himself. Like you said, he wasn't just no, you know how Too Short claimed he's a pimp.
Right.
He talked that.
But I believe.
Too Short saying he never pimped nothing in his life.
But
He
that's
just-
what I'm saying. To me, when I listen to Too Short from a pimp standpoint is more believable to me than Pimp C.
And Pimp C.
Well, see, to me, when I listen to it, Too Short is more of a freak. Too Short just talk about knocking joints down all day long.
Right.
He don't really talk about that money part
Right.
coming back. to it.
Right.
If you listen to a lot of his music,
Yeah.
I know a freak named. I know a freak. She sucked me. She fucked me. She did all that. Where's the money, man?
True.
Listen to goddamn MJG.
Yeah.
He gonna tell you
Yeah.
she brought that thing back to me. I feel like them shit in my soul. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's
hold
about
up.
what?
So, going back to the verses, who you got? A-Ball and MJG or UGK?
Oh.
UGK.
Yeah, 'cause he gonna ride with UGK.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You know what I
Who
mean?
you got?
Come on now.
Everybody MJG, UGK. Ugh.
UGK.
UGK?
UGK was
Now
just
it's gonna
big.
it's
more
gonna
bigger.
be, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
Yeah, UGK.
Yeah. I would say UGK.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest. The only reason I don't want to see a UGK versus is because Pimp is not here.
And I was gonna say this. Give me a versus of Our Fallen Soldiers. 2 people that's passed already. As soon as you said that, I was already about to say
Nip got to battle somebody.
But who?
Man, I can't think of nobody who could.
In his caliber that's passed. R.I.P. to all the soldiers.
I can't think of
Yeah.
nobody that's because I know we've had this conversation. From the time Pac died, for me,
It's too big of a gap.
no. This is what I'm finna say though. The way that I was affected by Pac's death, the only other time I ever felt that again was when Nipsey died.
Facts.
Not even when Biggie died. For me, you know what I'm saying? It was from the South.
Mm-hmm.
So, and their music can't go.
Too much of a gap, and it's just
Right.
too different. You know
So
what I
I can't think of nobody that you could put Nipsey up against.
mean? Okay, give me somebody for R.P. my man King Von.
In a battle.
With who though?
Somebody
And see, that's the
else
thing
fallen.
too, because he didn't have enough music.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke, King Von and Pop Smoke can go head to
That's
head.
good.
I can see that.
That's good.
I can
'Cause
see
they
that.
Both got about the
Same,
same
yeah.
amount of
Yeah.
catalog, still talking about the same thing.
And they kind of both in the same era. of-
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't know who would win that one though,
Yeah.
because they both ain't got enough catalog and
Right.
they just turn up music basically.
Yo, I
Drill.
I did see Noriega
He talking about he want to see
Dog
Pound.
Pound. Boy, you don't want to do that.
What?
You don't want to do that.
Well, you better put them
And
drinks
I
down.
rock and I rock with Nori. Shout out to
Yeah,
Capone.
shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing it, but hey,
And I feel like
DPG.
this, Nori himself got so many hits, but because Capone Noriega only got one album.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Nori, after Capone got locked up, Nori
Yeah.
dropped the joint, so he
Yeah.
got hits that he could say in verses. This I could use this,
Right,
But
right.
then that's just like saying
I would see Capone and Noriega against
Mobb
Terror
Deep.
Squad.
Terror Squad's too
Nah,
many people.
nah, way too. Yeah, I would. It would have.
And Fat Joe is his own entity.
Yeah.
Big
Well,
Pun is
I
his own
guess.
entity.
Well, I think more so Fat Joe is what I'm
Right.
saying.
No, but you said Capone and Noriega. I could see them versus Mobb Deep.
Nah, my dude gonna smoke.
I know they are, but I'm just saying that'd
They
be a
gon-
good battle.
Yeah,
That'd be a damn good battle.
nah, it wouldn't be good. It would be good because, like I said,
Well, let me take that back. It would make sense just as further as street. You know what I'm
it would,
saying?
But it would. You
But-
gotta get somebody else to Mobb Deep. You gotta
MOP?
get somebody.
They ain't got enough though.
That'd be man. You talking about something happening right in the
on the
spot,
spot, on live.
right there. But no, what I was gonna say is Noriega had enough hits to say I can bring this to verses because I'm part of the
Right,
group. But then that's
right.
like Dog Pound saying, "Come on, Snoop."
Yeah, exactly.
So that.
But see,
you don't want
but
that.
did you hear what Nori said? He said, "Well, if they bring Snoop, then I can bring Nas."
Nah, Nas was a part of that.
Exactly, but I don't. Why he said that? I guess just more so from a big homie standpoint or whatever. But at the same time, Snoop is part of Dog Pound.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not knocking that. I'm about to
Yeah.
say that
'Cause
Noriega,
Nas is not-
He's drinking
Yeah,
too much. He's
yeah,
on
yeah.
this too
Yeah.
much.
Because
You
when he
can't-
said that, I was like, "Why? Okay, Nas. Okay, you may have got the cosign from, or whatever the case may be,
You
but
can't-
he's not.
That don't
he's
make
not.
sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense at all.
It got to make sense. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That don't make sense at all.
So while we still on, because this there's been some good talk on music.
Mm-hmm.
What new artists are y'all feeling right now?
boom, 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 boom. Everything Griselda right now. That's what I'm still digging.
New artist, Rock Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rock Marcy.
Oh y'all y'all niggas ain't putting me on.
Hold on. Here's a perfect, not excuse, but when the album came out, he dropped it exclusively on his website, and it was like $40, and they just put it up for streaming on all the platforms like 3 days ago.
Rock
So
Marcy, I don't
when
like
it,
him.
yeah, when it first came out, you just had to wait.
He's not
you
that
know?
I ain't
Really?
never heard him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock. He's in the same vein of Griselda. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of loop beats.
And he make a lot of his own beats.
Yeah, he's a hell of a producer.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he produced Stove God's whole album. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to
I've
say
been
Still God is up under him.
probably so. Probably I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is. But that new artist, that's who I've been rocking
That's a
with.
little cat. I sent him to y'all. His name Little Easy. Can't
Yeah.
remember where he's from. Dope though.
Yeah.
Dude got he nice. He nice. He got a flow to him.
Mm-hmm.
He sent the video, right?
I sent the video.
Yeah. He dope. He dope.
So I've been jamming him. So kind of on that
Oh,
same.
what about you?
He said Rocky.
Rock Marcy as well.
Marcy, but
He said Griselda.
Yeah, Griselda.
Okay.
So speaking of, I guess kind of going back to King Von, rest in peace to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was an unfortunate situation. And then we lost our own in Dallas.
Yeah.
Mo3. You know what I'm saying? Man, rappers, man, it's dangerous, dog. It's always been dangerous, though. I think, but now with the internet, with people always knowing where you at,
right?
Because people post, they posting all the time. That's part, and it sucks because it's part of it. Because that's how you stay relevant.
Yeah.
If you're not a big artist, only big artists can afford not to post. Like when you already have an established, serious fan base across the world, like Kendrick Lamar, he can afford it. He doesn't have to post.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z doesn't have to post. He doesn't even have social. Even though we do feel like you got a social media.
Of course he got one, but then
We know
Hove
what it
think
is.
he's slick. Hove is behind Ain't No Jigger on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's Hove.
that's him.
The stories are too deep. The captions are too detailed.
Yeah, it's him.
Cut it out. I know he's on Twitter though.
Yeah, he is, but he only tweets once a year.
year.
So, but other than that, I think with all that being said, you know, and then everybody's trying to keep up an image.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess my message this is just for me. This is not speaking for Pull Up and Smoke, Heartbreak Sailor, but this is just for me. If you do come from the slums, if you do come from the ghetto, if you do come from the streets, the goal is to get out of it, not to stay in it, and not to prove to people how street and how hood you are.
Right.
This is the thing. Whatever you did in your hood, the people that was there, they know.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove. You can't prove anything to the world without looking stupid in the end for yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you did in Ennis, the people in Ennis, they know.
Right. Yeah.
You can't prove it to the world. You know what I'm saying? So I think all rappers all they're trying to do is, and a lot of it is just our mentality, our culture. It's like everything is our fear. We have to feel like we have to instill fear. That's why people go get tattoos all over their face and blah. It's because when you see that, a lot of times people think, oh, he don't care about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got guns all in your video, but this is the thing. All these rappers that got guns, listen, somebody catch you slipping, it doesn't matter if you have a gun. Because if they got the drop, if they got the drop on you, it's a wrap. So the true objective is to move a certain way, to stay out the way, stay out of unnecessary beef, and listen, because I'm tired of hearing it, and it's a lot of times, especially with a lot of these rappers, they got kids, they took them away from their kids. Listen, rappers, people in the street in general, stop choosing the streets over your kids. Once you choose the streets over your kids, that's on you.
Yeah.
So if for a rapper to be beefing with somebody to where it's coming to where now y'all want to kill each other and you have kids and then you steady keeping up the beef and that's on you.
And you're 100% aware of what you're doing. You know, like you said, we've seen artists flat out verbally say it. It's what I signed up for. I signed up for the streets. I signed up for this. And you choosing that over
it's because
your
of
kids.
what they rapping about. They want to stay true to what they care. Like you said, you rap to get, the goal is to get away from the streets, to get out. Half of them be out the streets as far as where they live. They try to take their family, you know, the ones that got that kind of money. They get their family out the hood. But then I'm steady in the studio rapping this shoot 'em up bang bang shit. So I gotta go back to show like I can still go.
But that's why you have to evolve.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, every rapper, you're trying to prove to the world that you can still go back to your hood.
This is the thing.
You from there already.
I understand when you come out, you rapping about what you in. Because a lot of times when you first come out, you in that struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I just seen Roddy Ricch. I didn't actually see him say it, but supposedly I seen some sources say he quoted it. They quoted him, and they was asked about him not dropping the album. He was saying, like, it has to be time. Right. I have to have gone, like, I gotta live life so that I can rap about what's happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that was so real. It's like if you putting out a tape every 3-6 months, bro, you ain't.
you're
not
gonna
to
be
say-
saying the same thing
Right.
over and over because you haven't lived,
No, and
you haven't done enough
wants
living.
to, like you said earlier about Nip, he wants to rap that realness.
Right.
Whereas that I just can rap and put words together and just fabricate a whole bunch of blah blah blah, and I'm gonna drop a joint every other month.
And it's just like Jay, like what Jay looked like coming out talking about him just standing on the block slinging rocks. Nigga, you ain't did that in forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and these cats, that's the thing. Like, you have to, if your music is not evolving, you're not evolving mentally anyway. So the thing is, hey, you getting out the hood. Everybody want this for the hood, this for the hood. Listen, there's other ways you can bring those people out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
another thing is, sometimes it's just for the bag. They probably evolved mentally, but thinking, I gotta drop this mixtape because when I drop it, I do this amount of streams, I get this bag. I do these shows, I get this bag.
But look at the price of it. The price of it is that you lose your life and you use no bag. The only bag you in is the body bag.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
My boy with the bars.
You hear me? Like,
Bars.
don't get us wrapped. You know what I'm saying? We talking about music because we all know
Big Rod, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm saying?
For those who are not streaming us on YouTube.
But right. but that's my point. I think you have to. Quick short story, and you know it is what it is. So my nephew has been rapping, and he even had a song, and I told him like it was just a song he had. And I told him like, hey, I want to push him to be more creative because again, every song shouldn't sound the same, or you shouldn't sound dated. Like you should sound like stuff that happened years ago, or that's the time frame that you like. You have to have progression,
Right.
Yeah.
and that way, like we talked about Nip, when you go back and listen to Nip music, you hear the progression. You hear him talking like he was still in the streets. Then you hear him like he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
Then you hear where he's out. Now it's just that, okay, this is just, it is who I am,
Right.
but I'm doing better.
Right.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
also too, for a lot of these fallen soldiers in the hip hop community right now that passed, they got it. They falling so fast that they don't have time to grow. Like you said, man, you making money because I just made this money.
Right.
And
I
dying.
can't. But like you said, Nip, I was in it. I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now I'm growing and mature.
Right.
Jeezy, trap crazy.
Yeah.
Now he over here like, yo,
Yeah.
everybody
He's
does it.
balling.
It's just you got to live a long enough to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too. Like, it's just it's just sad, man. Like I just
Because
think the
these-
younger generation, they just
Yeah.
don't care now. And,
Yeah,
and another thing, real quick, is it's crazy that with all the cameras that's on, whether it's our phones, a Ring, a traffic camera, we always on camera,
Yeah.
and they out here broad daylight.
But you know why? Because people are so content with going viral. People love going viral, bro.
by any means, I mean,
by
for all
any,
calls,
and by any means necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
To go viral. Like
That's
they
sad.
see even with the King Von situation, like Quando Rondo, he's like just out here just because to
He
him
was like this on his phone, like, hey, man, like, nigga.
Yeah, but
you just
you-
did some bullshit. Put your phone down.
but that's the thing, like it's to show. Like so now he feel like
This
it's
is
a step
the
of
generation
approval.
of
Prove,
attention.
like you said, prove to the world. But like you said, I mean, like you just said, it's the attention wave.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, listen, I know me. I know my attitude. I know my temper. I've matured to control my attitude and control my temper. I don't want the world to see that.
Right.
Because for one, I ain't trying to go to jail. I got stuff to lose. And that's the thing. These rappers, if you're making money and you're providing for people, that's enough. Even if it's not kids. If I'm a millionaire and I'm providing for y'all, I have to be smart. I can't just go out here and be wild because then if I die, there's no now.
Yeah.
But Rob, that's coming from a mature you.
But that's my. I want them to.
Yeah.
I want them to
yeah.
Because Jay, not to bring up Jay all the time, but he said it. He was like, I can't help the poor from one of them. Like, I can't help you if I'm putting myself in the same situations that you in. You know what I'm saying?
And I get that. I'm just saying, these kids, they don't make millions like they're making millions so rapid and so fast.
Yes.
Not like back
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
day.
back-
These
yeah,
rappers,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
They get assigned. You know, you sign a contract and
Or
nowadays-
they get rich off themselves. A video can go
That-
viral.
that-
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like back in the day, you had to have a record deal. Now, you making hundreds of thousands off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, when a label do come to you, I mean, you became a success overnight,
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
and you're only 22.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If somebody gave you 22 million at 22 with that bad attitude that you did have, who's to say what the hell
Only
you be
thing that's
on?
gonna
No,
do,
I get it.
That's just gonna accentuate. You know
What
what I'm
you
saying? What
are,
you already
yeah.
were. You know
So,
what
but
I'm
I
saying?
guess that's my point. Is
They
I
listen
understand
from
that they just
mistakes.
they need to hear it so that
Right.
at least it's in.
Not only do they need to hear it, bro, but I think the older rappers have to show. They have to I love Jeezy, I love Jay, I even love Gucci because they showed them evolve. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something.
And Jeezy made a good point about that when
Yeah.
he said like, "Hey, this is bigger than us.
It's bigger than us. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no. I'm just saying, like, just hip hop as a whole, because hip hop is 45 years old. So now we're seeing just
Dang.
So it's like,
Yeah,
He Googled it.
no, that's but you know, so we've seen hip hop grow, and so it's like these young dudes gotta know, like, yo, it's possible. And another thing, nigga, it's cool to get old.
Yeah.
They gotta know that. They gotta know
I should
that it's
say this though. While we on that subject, it's not just the rappers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the OGs in the streets that's not giving no game out.
Mm-hmm.
But this is
But-
honestly, what game does an OG that's still in the streets got to give?
Listen, the game is get your money. It
No,
ain't about
but see,
violence.
but see, the thing is, I think those OGs, true enough, they may have something to say, but now I'm talking about because these guys, they're rappers now, so the OGs in the rap game have to turn
but
around.
the
But
rap
he's
ain't doing
saying
nothing but-
rap and
Yeah, the streets because the rappers nowadays
Mm-hmm.
they ain't doing nothing but rapping about the streets or mimicking the
Right,
streets.
right.
You know what I mean? Mimicking gang. I mean not mimicking, but
Right.
rapping about gang.
Nah, a lot of them are mimicking gangs.
Okay, so all right, boom.
Yeah.
They're mimicking a lot of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
If the gang culture, the OGs that's older than us, and it's people our age that's not dropping the jewels down and so forth, I think it's a gap somewhere. I can't really call
But that's
it.
what I think. That's the thing. So the gap to me is that, to me, what you would consider a mature OG is not in the streets anymore.
Exactly.
I know.
Hold on. So my point is
That-
the
that-
kids that's growing up in the streets, they don't see that OG.
Yeah,
They seeing
yeah.
the OG that's still in the
Yeah,
streets.
yeah.
That nigga don't have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
real game to pass down because
Right.
you still here.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I'm
'Cause if
saying.
you-
The OGs
if I
that's-
look at
that's
you as
out
an
of the streets,
OG,
they're not passing
Yeah.
on the games.
But
to
the
OGs.
kids, but that's what I'm saying. The kids not trying to hear that. If I idolize, say you the OG that's still in the streets.
Yeah.
You got the money. Appears that you have the money, the cars, the jewelry.
Yeah.
You got this guy. Now he looks square, even though he really has the money because he got a good job. He
Yeah.
got health benefits.
Yeah.
All that. You know what I'm saying? He got a guaranteed check, whatever. He probably got a 401k, whatever.
All that, yeah.
The kid's still looking at this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that OG, it's harder for him to break through to the youth because I'm looking at you like, oh, you gotta go to work every day. You gotta blah blah blah.
He got it.
He
out
got
the
the
streets,
fact,
yeah.
but the thing is, a lot of times that OG ain't went. He's still stagnant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many OGs in the hood really have their own house?
Shoot, not a lot.
Them cats still staying
Not
with
a
their
lot.
grandmama.
And here's the
they
thing,
mama.
even with that title, OG, you know what I'm saying? You got niggas that's 27, 28. They're being looked at as OGs, but that's hella young because that's somebody who they ain't even evolved yet.
Yeah.
So how am I gonna look to you?
Nah, but in the streets, that's about right though, because you got to think most people start in the streets when you
young.
teenage. So a 20-year-old is a lot of time is OG because they're still closest to the gap. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
understand that.
So
I understand that.
I mean, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I think when you in true street, you know,
Right.
in the streets, it's
Right.
like them 20-year-olds is the ones that they're really going to be looking up to. You know what I'm saying? Even and when I say even 20, I'm talking about 21,
Right.
even early 20s.
Right,
you
right,
know what
right.
I'm saying? So the cats just gotta. I mean,
And I also feel like it's the drugging that they doing nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you putting all of that shit in your body, man, your mind ain't functioning at the best of.
But drugs
scenario.
always been around.
Yeah,
It's just
drugs
has,
always
but-
been around,
but
but it's been
now
taboo.
now it's glamorized.
You know,
now.
and it's been taboo to mess with outside. Well, I ain't gonna say outside drugs, but it's just been smoke and drink.
Right.
Nah, that's not true.
No, smoke and drink. Then maybe a little lean.
Yeah.
That's not true though.
But my thing is,
Cause you got to think, bro. We had a whole crack era. It's
No,
not. It's
No,
not
no,
true.
no, that's what
this
he's
is what I'm
saying. He's saying, but
I come from an era where we sell the drugs. We don't use the drugs. If I found
That's a
out,
lie.
if I listen,
I'm telling you, bro.
Listen.
How many people grew up with crackhead parents?
that's what
In the
I'm
hood.
talking about. My age,
Yeah.
my era.
Your era, you said your era came from we sell the drugs.
Yeah.
We don't use them.
no, but he's
Yeah.
saying them as you, even though
Me,
you're selling
my
it,
era.
but he's not using it.
But I guess if I,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
we were
right
cool,
now, these
and I
niggas
found out-
they making it cool
Yeah,
to
I
be
found
on
out
coke.
you
They're
do
making
that,
it cool to be on all of that.
They're not the sellers.
that's my point.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Right, so I'm saying it's no difference. The sellers still are not. 9 times out of 10, a person who's selling drugs are not on the drugs.
But here's the thing:
No, nowadays it's cool. The person that's selling drugs he's selling it to say he's selling it, but he's using it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true. I think that what happened was that now we glamorize using drugs and it's not taboo anymore.
Right.
I don't think.
That's
I
what
don't,
I'm trying to say. It was taboo at one point.
But I don't think the seller is necessarily has turned to the user. I just think from a standpoint of what we vocalize, I think is more people are more comfortable with saying, yeah, I use. People always use.
Right.
It's just you didn't know. People wouldn't. They would keep it on the hush.
Yeah,
Unless you was a crackhead. And you could
that's
see
my
it.
point. They kept it on the hush, so that minimized the users. Because people like, man, I don't want to get looked at like that.
Right.
Like you said, we smoke and drink every day, right? We crew.
I agree. I agree.
And,
Yeah.
nigga,
I agree.
I want to try this cocaine and sniff a line, but if I do, the whole hood will look at me like I'm
Right,
crackhead.
right.
And I'm only sniffing coke.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't nobody want. Nah, I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smoke and drink.
Yeah,
You see what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? But then now it's like people on how you sniffing, smoking, drinking, popping all kind of pills. You're doing acids.
Yeah.
You drinking lean. Your body
But
you taking uppers and downs.
But the reason why
You're
is
psycho
because,
already.
like you said, the person is using it. He still look like he got the bag. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and not trying to put Future out there or anything like that.
Future doesn't use
but,
drugs.
No, but I'm just saying, even if he had let's take Wayne or who any of these niggas
Yeah,
who be
'cause
talking
Wayne
about
does
popping
use-
pills and doing this and that. You receive that different because you like, okay, yeah, he telling me about perks and this and that, but that nigga's a millionaire too. So that's where the lines kind of get blurred
I
because
agree.
you know what I'm saying. The lines get blurred.
I agree with both
Yeah,
of y'all.
the lines get
yeah,
blurred.
it's just too much drug consumption.
My question is then, what's next? What do y'all think is next? So we went from being a seller. Now it's cool to be the user.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? Like, where do we go from here? Like, do we ever get to a point to where drugs is just not cool at all?
Shit. The war on drugs been being lost for years. The drugs are always gonna be prevalent in the United States.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about from
I know
a
from
music,
us.
Yeah, hip hop
from-
standpoint.
from a
Yeah.
hip hop standpoint. Like, at what point?
I don't know. You know what I think is going? Killers.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
all about killers. Nigga, they came up with a new shit called drill. I mean, not saying new like I'm putting your own, but drill music. It's kill music.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
That's
It's
the
just
sound.
like
That's the soundtrack to
your rock, to your
yeah.
murder spree or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. That's what I think it's going to. Everybody got high. I take this. I use this. All right, cool.
Right.
And like you said, I got the bag.
Yeah.
Now it's I got the bag and I put you in the body bag.
Right.
And I will not my crew. I will do it.
Right.
and I think that's the other issue too. So I think with technology, that's another thing. Technology is to the point, like you say, okay, when we was even us growing up, when you was a rapper, that's what you did. You rap, but you had to make means. You had to have the means to rap.
Yeah.
You had to go to the studio. You had to find a studio. You had to take time out. Most dope boys, they would go to the studio one time and didn't never want to go back because it was too much.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sitting here too long.
Right.
Now, you got kids, dog. They can just sit up in a room
And go like this
and
record,
drop a whole album.
and record. Like
You know
this,
what I'm
on the back of
saying?
their phone.
So with that, I think what's happening is too. I think it's the music and streets they've combined too much.
Right.
And when I say that is the dude that is the killer that's doing all this in the hood, he started looking at it like, I ain't really making no money. I can rap.
Right.
and I've done X, Y, and Z. Rap about it. You know what I'm saying? So now you have that because you have a select few of cats that really have done what they've done.
Yeah.
Then you have everybody else who want to mimic that.
Right.
But even in mimicking,
You got to put the work in.
you gotta end up doing it because
Yeah.
people,
Right.
the rappers, and the fans are going to challenge you.
Right.
They're gonna fact check
Right.
you.
Yeah.
But you said
Yeah, and the streets gonna challenge you.
And then another thing that adds to the violence is the social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many people getting into altercations, whether it ends up in death or not, over something that you read on a screen. Or for somebody being
Because-
gangster through a text message,
Right.
basically.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, you ain't about that. And you like, oh, well, when I see you, it's on site.
Yeah.
and you know what kills
And
me?
me and you are from two different states and two
Right.
everything.
Right.
But somehow we ended up at All-Star Weekend. And, oh, that's the dude from Twitter, the Gram, the
Yeah.
whatever, TikTok, whatever the case. And I don't know you, you don't know me. But when we see each other, it is
It's a
really
problem.
on.
It's
Yeah.
a problem.
Because we both are
Right.
keeping a gangster persona. So I got to show y'all gangster. You try to show me you gangster.
And what I always say, you can't out gangster nobody.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, somebody's going. And it's the thing. People gotta understand. And this is me. This is my perspective, and it's always been my perspective. It's a difference between being a gangster and being stupid. A
big
lot of these
difference.
people are being stupid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Stupid, and I'm a add stupid and scary together because a scary nigga will kill you.
Yeah.
Just think if I didn't talk all this on the internet and now here you come and you really fist to just fight me,
I gotta
but
do
I'm
it.
scared. I'm really
Yeah,
scared.
I got to do what I got to do.
Now I'm gonna kill you
Yeah.
because I'm so scared. I don't want you to hit me in my head and I get, oh Lord forbid I get a bruise.
Right.
No, forbid you get hit and be recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
while
Yeah, now
you
you-
swinging on me,
Right.
my man recording it, or your man recording the altercation,
Right.
or a stranger is.
Right.
And once again, bring it back to music. Oh, the up and coming artist, Big Rod, or up and coming artist Solid, just got snuffed, and he didn't do nothing. He ran,
Just like
and I
what's
feel
crazy,
like that fucked my music career.
and that's what I was about to
ran.
say. That's what's crazy is like now you know that artists feel like they lose their career if they chain get snatched. Like that's a real
Or
like
if they don't
you
react a certain way
But no,
to
but
certain
even
situations.
if you get your chain snatched, because so many people always talk about this. Oh, you reach for my chain, don't because it is a big thing.
Yeah.
But people, if your chain gets snatched, that can kill your career because and this the thing, y'all. I know I'm
Nigga,
trying to.
Nigga, your chain end up going on tour with somebody else.
Yeah, but
Niggas
this is the
parading
thing.
that joint around.
The people, the rappers, a lot of time you're trying to impress people that they not even about that life.
Right.
Like you got these kids or these teenagers or people of other ethnicities, let's be 100, that's sitting here telling you, you let such and such. Your butt you ain't never had a fist fight.
Yeah.
And you on the internet typing and your words from the internet make me feel like, I gotta get him
Right,
because
right.
this stunner 101
Oh, yeah,
something said this. Like, come on, y'all. You gotta be listen, your family, your kids, your money should be the priority.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And evolving.
and
Getting out.
And don't let social media or the digital world separate it. Put a line between it to understand this
However,
is
not to
supposed
cut you off.
be entertainment.
But however, not to cut you off, because somebody said this earlier, I was listening to it today. I can't think of who it was, but they asked him. They was like, "Well, all the threats you've been getting through the internet, do you take it lightly because it's the internet?" And I did understand. He was like, "You can't take no threat lightly."
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's
right,
that,
right.
and that's what I'm saying. It's hard because you got these random people, and being like my short stint of being a popular rapper.
Yeah.
The craziest thing always to me, I used to tell people all the time, if you walking and just random people run up to you, you don't know them. You don't know is this. You don't know them.
Yeah.
So it's like it could catch you off guard to the
Absolutely.
point to where it's like, oh, like
Yeah,
what you doing?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could be
Even though
the
they got
person-
good intentions and the whole
You
nine,
don't
but bro,
know.
I don't know you.
Just like when Nip, when that whole video that went viral with Nip going off of, he's like, hey, don't jump out on me.
Yeah.
Like you don't, but people, the fans can't separate that. So it's crazy. That's why I say like when you're an artist, man, I think the best thing is just do your music. leave all the drama in. I understand drama sales, but if you really about your life and your well being, you gotta let that stuff go.
You do.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
you know what? You don't hear about this in no other genres, man.
At all.
You don't hear about this in no other genres, man. It's only hip hop. And true enough, hip hop it's a reflection of the streets. But at the end of the day,
It's black culture.
it's
too.
black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's black culture, but it's sad, man. It's
You know how many
sad.
rappers have died like within the last
Oh man,
month?
it's been crazy.
2020's been crazy.
But I'm saying within just the last
Now, I know
month,
the last
bro.
month, but I'm just saying 2020 in a whole.
It's probably 2 handful of rappers that like the one cat that was just in New Jersey, bro. He walking out to his
And they got him.
and they got him. I mean, shot him in broad day.
On camera.
On
Like I said,
camera.
look, my thing is it's crazy because I don't know how to pinpoint it and say, is it the drugs these niggas on? Is it the image they trying to keep up?
That's the
Is it
Fame, bro.
It's
It's
the fame.
yeah,
But it's fame for
attention.
what? Like y'all niggas ain't even. But then again,
no, it's
right.
viral. It's the viral
Yeah, it's
fame.
the
Yeah, because I'm
attention.
about to say them niggas had masks on, right? But I
Yeah, they
guarantee
did.
you, they got to wherever they at and either rapping about it
Right.
or talking about it.
And they just told somebody. Because you
no, but they told somebody like this. Yeah, blah 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 blah.
oh, y'all
Yeah,
remember the
this.
cat? He ain't even a rapper, but y'all remember the cat that was in New York? I think he was in New York, and he went live on Facebook while they was robbing those ATMs. They was breaking in ATMs.
I heard about it. But
He
I
was
didn't
just a
see
young
it.
cat. He on live, and they breaking into the ATM. We breaking in, and they breaking in trying to get the money. And
Oh,
they
I
just
did
going,
see that.
They
I
going,
did-
they trying to
yeah,
go
yeah.
to different. It's like,
Yeah.
dog,
Bro,
you
you are legit snitching on yourself.
Yo, but-
And then I always want to holler about a snitch.
Cut it out,
Y'all
man.
snitch on y'all. And these rappers, you get on these songs and you tell.
Yeah, that's why
Dog,
I say it's all about attention, bro. At the end of the day,
Absolutely.
that's what it is. It's
Absolutely.
attention. And here's the thing: regardless if I snitch on myself, I snitch on you, I snitch on you. Bottom line is, I got them likes. I got the attention that I
Exactly.
wanted. But now
And-
knowing,
and-
like,
and-
bro, at the end of the day, that's real life. That's real time that you got to go do. That's
No,
a real
and-
casket that
and
somebody
besides-
got to go lay
and
in.
besides
All
speaking
because
of
of
attention on a negative aspect, that's just the climate of the culture we living in now. Whether it's black culture or any culture, it's about attention.
Yeah, but
I feel like I'm better than you because I got way more followers than you. I ain't got a dime from whatever site that I got more
Right.
followers. But if I got, I'm in the millions.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a check for that. Okay, the check me pennies because I'm still nobody for real. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like, man, you ain't got that many followers. This ain't nothing to do with gangster, violence or anything like that. It's just
Right.
like you said, attention.
And these
is-
kids, they would delete. Because I remember I asked my nieces and nephews one time. I was like, why y'all delete? Because we don't delete our pictures from. Unless
Yeah.
you like trying to start over something. Like you put a picture up on your Instagram, it's going to stay
It's
there.
the- yeah,
Right.
You can
Right.
scroll down.
yeah.
yeah,
They got
Text me
two, 3 pictures on their page.
Yeah.
It's like, because they didn't get that many likes. It's like, every picture got to have 600,
Yeah.
700 likes.
Because
You
if
know,
not, then you weak out here.
you know what I'm saying? And I say my new, but that's their culture.
Right.
Like their culture is the internet. They grew, and I think that's the difference. They grew up with the internet.
right.
We grew up to a point to where we didn't have it, and then we got it. So
Right.
we can appreciate both worlds.
Right, right.
Our parents and people above the generation before us, they didn't have it at all. So that's why they be like, they either get into it and they too into it, like they want
Right.
to send you every little
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because they just so excited. But still, to them, they can live without it. We can live without it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These kids, they cannot live
And
without
that's
it.
why, like you said, the guy or wherever he was at, New York or wherever it was at, he's filming himself going. Everything has to be documented. Because you know how they say it didn't happen if you can't show it.
Yeah. And then back in the day, it's like, when you did something in your hood and you got the stripes you got, the people that was around you gave you
Yeah,
those
them,
stripes.
yeah.
Exactly.
Now, they want the
The
world
world
to
to
give you the
yeah.
stripes.
Like you
Yeah.
said,
And it's impossible. You
Whether-
going against the
whether you got
impossible.
stripes or whatever, growing up, your friends were your friends. The people that
Right.
like you were the people that like you.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you got these kids or these youngsters that don't even barely leave the house, but think that they lit because they got thousands of friends, thousands of likes, and it's
Yeah.
like, nigga,
Yeah.
you're an introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
And,
even-
and then with
you don't
social
even be on the
media,
scene.
everybody wants to look like they either
Got it.
got it and they living a life. Like, I think we was somewhere, I can't remember, but it was like some chicks and the spot was dead. They put on their Snapchat and they was lit.
We lit.
And I know whoever seen that snap was like, oh my God, y'all was having
off.
y'all
Nigga,
had-
she put when she was done, she put the phone down and went back to being
Just-
bored.
just sitting there.
Just we looking at her the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, bro, you.
But
ain't,
again, man, it's attention, it's perception. People want that, you know. Yeah, they just want they want that. They fiend. Even from a relationship standpoint, I've seen people fall out because their mate probably didn't hit the like button, or you know what I'm saying,
or
don't post,
it's like the gift and the curse. Like I said, you can become a millionaire off your phone, and you can die over your phone.
Facts. That's facts.
Especially being black and. Again,
man, we got so many
influenced by the streets.
We got so many strikes against us
absolutely,
already, bro.
Absolutely.
And we gotta figure it out. I know it's like it feel like we beating dead horse with a stick, but it's like at what point do we figure it out that we can't keep going down this path and you know the other cultures and other ethnicities they love our culture,
right?
The culture vultures. However, when it gets real, they can fall back into their culture.
They look at us as entertainment.
You know what I'm
saying?
Can disconnect.
They can disconnect.
We can't
and we
disconnect.
can't. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless if I'm in the streets, we ain't in no streets. We all businessmen. We work. We got our families, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But stuff happens in our community or in our family or in our culture that affects us. It doesn't affect them. They can drop back and be like, oh, that's okay. Who the next rapper?
Right.
Who the next?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mo3 being from Dallas, regardless how I feel about the situation, that affects us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
somebody that we seen grind and do all this and that and that.
Yeah.
So we looking at the situation. We can't disconnect from that
Right.
as much as we want to.
Right.
We can't disconnect from
Right.
that because why? That's our reality. That's something that wherever we go, that conversation is gonna always come up. And something not said every time, but it's gonna always be that cloud for us.
Yeah.
And then now we looking at other rappers in the city like, what's gonna happen?
Right.
What's gonna happen next? Right.
Yeah. And just even from a human standpoint, man, like when you talk about killing and like, bro, do you and I mean, I think me and you was talking about this, but like we're so immune to it. And when you think about it, when you really think about it, man, how like the point that you got to get to where you want to kill somebody, bro. Like kill but you don't even think about fighting them. I'm gonna straight do you. I'm gonna do you in. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, man. Like it, and I'm speaking for myself, but for me to get to that point, it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, it gotta be
for
serious.
me to kill you, bro.
At the same time,
to kill you.
The climate that we live in is like shit. I can't. I might be ready to fight you, but I don't know what type of time you are.
Right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But how realistically, the way we live our lives, when the last time you been in a situation to where you
No, you're absolutely right.
So it's all about you maturing
Right.
and disconnecting yourself from that type of
Well,
lifestyle.
I'm just saying like how easily that these young dudes how easily they mind just automatically go to I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you. Like and I think we're saying that loosely and casually, but that word, bro, and that action is so strong to kill somebody, to take somebody's life.
My thing is this, and killing is wrong across the board. But we so quick to do each other, but won't do what we need to do to the others that's killing us.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do it.
But we're quick to kill.
Yeah.
Quick
Yeah.
to kill.
Right. Right.
But flip the page. I'm talking about I'm ready to kill you over a text message.
Right.
And I know you.
Right. Right.
But this man
somebody-
But
did
you know
something-
why? You know why?
The fear.
It's the fear of our own community because we the only one that had a no snitch policy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Even back, I know when I was younger, cats that used to rob and do stuff, they don't do that stuff in certain neighborhoods. Why? Because they know they're gonna go to jail.
Right.
I can do it to another dude that's in my hood or in the next hood over. He can't. What he gonna tell? You better not tell. So now it's like I can do it to you because what's the repercussion? The only repercussion I really got to deal with is you coming back.
Right.
I don't. It's
Yeah.
when we do it to other cultures, they gonna call them folks. They gonna put them people in your life.
Yeah, but my thing is these other cultures is rocking us too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
And,
For the other cultures,
and we're not,
that's what I'm saying.
and we're not so quick to say, well, let me get my strap and then let's go to war with them.
That's why.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the reason why is because you can't keep it in the streets. we call it. We'll say keep it in the streets. That means whoever get killed, we just gonna go back and forth killing each other. You can't keep it in the streets.
Even if they was the ones that kicked it off on some
that's
street
my point.
shit.
I was gonna say,
You know what I'm saying?
If we can't keep it in the streets with them, then how do they view rocking us? We just don't.
They don't care
because they don't get in trouble.
Yeah, they don't because they don't have the streets. They have a system.
Yeah,
and it works for them.
And we got the streets. That really doesn't work for us, but we'll live and die by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
And
we are so
even
lost,
with that,
man.
and even with that. I mean, I don't know. I know we're gonna wrap it up in a minute, but however, like with you was talking about the killing and death, but even with the disrespect of the dead, like I'm smoking this person and like, bro, like even I'm just gonna say the Gucci situation just because that was more recent and more about. I mean, you know, so Gucci, you say, oh, we smoking on Pookie Low, blah blah blah. Listen, you trying to offend one person. You trying to offend Jeezy. Pookie Low got kids. He got parents. Bro, you disrespecting they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got his son feeling like, okay, dog, you just disrespecting my daddy. You know what I'm saying? You trying to offend Jeezy, but you just that's my daddy.
Yeah, blatant disrespect.
You know what I'm saying?
Blatant
That's just Jeezy homeboy, nigga. That's my daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That can start some shit all
Absolutely,
over.
and that come from that Chicago stuff, of course. Like that a lot of what's happening is coming from Chicago. And it sucks because I even look at Chicago when the rapper dies in Chicago, bro. People die in Chicago. They don't even mourn. It's like they don't mourn no more.
Like you said, they
You know what I'm saying? They are
They're
It's
immune
like,
to
oh,
it.
he's dead, blah, blah. Like, bro, I can't tell. I never, trust me, I don't look at people and say, this how you should mourn. But however, these niggas be right back. Listen, one of my niggas die, it's
hurt.
I'm hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't physically, they be all on the internet doing this and on live and just, bro, for me, I can't.
Yeah, you need that time.
Yeah, you know
need
what I'm
that
saying?
time.
But like you said, when you become so immune because it's happening so frequent, like too frequent. Like while you're still in your sad and not depressed.
Somebody else get popped.
I mean, no, 3 people.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, another 3-4 people. You like, well, I'm trying to digest the first one.
Yeah.
Like it's happening too rapid. You know what I mean?
It's happened too rapid and it's happened too reckless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even back in the day when somebody get killed, like on some hood shit, you know what I'm saying? They still took that time to, like you said, mourn or do whatever. But now they moving on to the next. And again, that's attention as well because they want to be seen. Like you said, they want to be seen. They going live. They at the funeral. They this and that. Long live. Blah blah blah. It's all attention,
and that's
man.
another thing too. These young kids starting to feel like I ain't gonna make it to see such and such. So that's why they live the life that they live.
But I mean, I agree.
No,
with you,
because
but
our era was like that.
Yeah, because they would say you make it to 20, you make it to 18, then after 18 you make it to 21, then after that 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's always been the thing. I just think now, like you said, they're immune. They thrive off of long live such and such, free such and such. It's like they thrive off of it.
But
like,
they don't want to be such and such.
No,
I
don't think they care.
Yeah, they don't care
because I think they rather they go to jail. They want everybody to be free me. And if I die, but this is the thing, bro. When you
it's
dead,
the people from other cultures that don't want to be such and such.
Yeah, they don't
you know
want to be such and such. Yeah, but when you dead, bro, ain't no coming back from this.
Nah, man.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I think you can do all the gangster, and I'm gonna speak on it because, like I say, this is more at home for us. Everybody just say how real Mo3 was, how this, and my disclaimer is I thoroughly enjoy his music. I really like Mo3, but at the end of the day, he's not here no more. So what does that matter? Like he got 3 kids. Like I said about the kids, you got 3 kids, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
King Von, he had just did the interview with $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
Sound like he was trying.
Right.
This is the thing, bro. You to go up there. I understand you keep it real to your word or whatever. When I see you, it's on site or whatever.
Yeah.
However, you gotta understand that on site can come with consequences.
Right.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You got kids. You provide, and he definitely provided for a lot of people.
Right.
That 2-second fight it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
Now you're not here.
Right.
Now those people that you was providing for, they don't have their provider.
Everybody
no more.
took a L.
And piggybacking off the $1 million worth of game thing, I heard the boy Wallow say, one of his old cellies and some shit said, "How long it take you? How long it take you?" Wallow was like, "What the hell you talk about?"
Yes.
And he was like, you started your crime at this, when you go do your paperwork. But like you said, that 2-second fight for King Von, you lost your life.
Your life.
Yeah.
In what, 60 seconds, 120 seconds?
Yeah.
And then people, he was whooping them. You had to do that.
You don't have to kill.
No, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, like, looking from both standpoints, if I'm sitting in the, I'm just saying for me, if I'm sitting in the car, I got a strap. Legally got a strap.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car, I'm chilling. You standing outside, you smoking a cigarette at the window. Me and Mac in the car.
Right.
All of a sudden, you fighting. But when I look out, even though you may not be getting jumped, I see 50 people.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna get out and fight? Now, technically, I may try to shoot to get, but if it looks bad enough, I'm not fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you smart, you're gonna shoot in the air and maybe break up the crowd.
Right, but that's what I'm
whatever,
saying.
you know
But I'm not fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Now is 2 against 50? No, I got a strap, and that ain't. It's not even necessarily at that point. Isn't necessarily being scary. No, it's
smart.
It's kind of being smart.
Yeah, it's like the survival.
But that's what I'm saying. At that point, like, if y'all 2 grown men, for one, the back and forth between the internet with anybody, you can't, like, bro, call somebody, call whatever. Even the issue, I get it when you don't even know a person, they just coming out of you for their own thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
If you have genuine beef, and if it's not to the point to where if somebody haven't taken food out your mouth, money, that could be money, because money is your food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if it's not to that point of where it hasn't got to the point where nobody's got hurt, and nothing, bro,
No disrespecting the family.
y'all can hash that out.
Yeah.
Bro.
And even kind of going back to the King Von situation, like, and I respect Von for that, because he flat out said, it's like, yo, when I see you, I'm gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? And he met him with these. He met him with his fists. And Quando did the same thing. It was just hit, like we said, your entourage, bro, like that. Them niggas could have fought, and that would have been the end of it. And we know,
but that was the element of surprise. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Okay, if y'all set it up, this one thing. Okay, hey, I don't like you. We can get it off our chest. Let's fight.
right.
Yeah.
Nobody else do nothing. We gonna one-on-one this thing. It could be done. But I'm sitting here chilling. I don't even know you here.
Right.
You catch me out, nigga. If I'm sitting in the car, you just see it happening. That's an element of surprise. So now I don't know what's going on. I feel air it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my point is, at the end of the day, bro, it ain't worth it.
It's not.
That 2-second fight for you to drop them, got on top of them, start hitting them. Yeah, you did your thing, but who living?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, who living? All of it doesn't. Listen, nobody's untouchable.
Yeah.
And then for the person that's locked up, okay, you locked up.
You in a way,
Forever.
you dead in a way.
And Quando, you
That's a way of death. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you
and
like
even
you
for
buried
Quando,
alive.
Even though he didn't pull the trigger, now you kind of got to
that's
live.
that's gonna go with him wherever he goes.
And you forever have to watch your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been making them songs, but I was gonna sing y'all the new song he made. I heard it earlier today, where he's now talking about he know his killer's coming. His whole tone different. You know, he talk about him not like sleeping and waking up, and because you could talk all that, but in reality, you paranoid. You're gonna be paranoid forever because that's again, you don't know all them Chicago niggas.
Exactly. You don't know what angle they coming from.
Yeah,
Right.
You could be nigga. How many times have we been somewhere and somebody you like, hey, where you from? I'm from Chicago, or I'm from Louisiana, or I'm from blah blah. So these niggas that could be somebody they was and they could be willing to take your life.
Right.
And that stagnates your movement and your growth as an up and coming artist and everything. Like now, I'm too paranoid to move in a certain way, even in my own city, because it happened in my city.
Right.
And people and like they say, okay, this last event he got the tell him I didn't cancel. Tell the mayor and the police. What's the difference? You can't get no money because now your city it's like, I ain't finna have this blood on my hands. So the man like, you know what? Quando who? No. Quando no.
Yeah.
It's a no.
It's a no.
It's a no.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Because I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you
back to the drawing board
right.
of how much, how much.
because the artists, everybody know artists, you get your money from shows.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
So
that's right.
Hey man, y'all just gotta be smart.
Man, you gotta be smart. What I would like to see is young dudes having more conversations, like you said, because a lot of these killers may be over shit this small.
Mm-hmm.
Small. I mean,
ego,
it's
ego,
pride. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see more conversations had, and if it ain't gonna be no conversation, how about just more so, nigga, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, and we keep it pushing.
Keep it trucking.
Go get the bag.
That's the thing. What's wrong with just
There's
saying?
nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with saying I don't like you. You don't like me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I ain't
that's
gotta
it.
say nothing to you.
Yeah.
We could be in the
We ain't
same
gotta be
building.
buddy.
We
None
ain't
of
gotta-
that, bro.
We don't got a beef.
Because we trying to provide for our families.
Yeah, like that's at the end of the day, bro. If you nigga cross you or whatever, or y'all get into it over some social media, female, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Again, if it ain't that, like I said, if you ain't messing with my family
Taking food
or
off
taking
the-
food off, listen, hey, fine, bro.
Yeah.
You do you. I do me. We
Yeah.
don't have to talk. We don't have to communicate. And when I see you, we don't have to say.
Look,
I can walk right
they gotta
past you.
stop letting the people that's around them get in their head too. Because that's another thing.
But that's the thing. If you're the head, you're supposed to be
Yeah,
the head.
yeah.
So like real quick at the Earl Spence fight, they was getting into it in the audience right after the fight. Like they was getting into it with Danny Garcia's people, and Earl leaned over. And hey, stop that,
Yeah.
and simmer down. And people, I mean, if y'all the people that was there, if y'all looking at this and y'all feel like, oh, he don't control me, it's not that. He's still the head.
Right.
That's his reputation.
Yeah.
They gonna look at it like, hey, Earl Spence goons or his friends or that's still his rep. So, and if he's the provider or if he's the person that's providing, even if it's not from a monetary standpoint, if he's providing an opportunity if you sit down there and you part of his camp, he's providing that opportunity.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's his job from the heads to control the temperature.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he controls you, but he controls. You got to control the
Yeah.
temp.
If you gonna be around me, this is how we
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
This is how we
and
move.
that's harder to do when you're in the street, because in the streets, the entourage is a little more reckless. You know what I'm saying? Coming like you said, in his situation, he's a professional. There's more structure. There's more. So when he could, with the wave of a hand, he could in there,
That
boom. You
and
know what I'm
money.
saying? There's money.
Know what I'm saying?
It's money in the street. It's money.
Yeah.
But it depends.
Yeah, but
like you said, there's
it
a little
depends.
more reckless.
Yeah.
But if you have, if you had a certain caliber in the streets,
In the streets, yeah,
you could do the same.
absolutely,
I think it's just where you stay. Like you said, if you're the head, if you're providing for a lot of people, whether it's opportunities, financial, or whatever the case, if you got that, if your voice is that strong and heard,
right.
whether it's streets, professional, whatever the
Yeah.
case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you can make some things happen.
Yeah.
For real, man. So less killing, more love, man.
No
Facts.
chance. Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
We gotta
killing each
stop,
other,
man. We do, man. We just us as black people as a whole, man. We just really have to change our mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
And-
they already killing us.
absolutely.
That
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we can't.
That part right
Yeah.
there.
We stronger. We stronger together, bro. And I think that's always been the case. As long as we together, and it's not even to say we're stronger against them. We're just stronger for ourselves.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah, we do a lot of the damage, like you said earlier, to our own people. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, when I'm on Instagram or whatever, like the other day, I started following Mark Wahlberg. And I'm looking at his page, bro, and I'm just looking at, of course, this guy's a multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at his page, and I'm like, he lives it's a simple life, you know what I'm saying? Like just being, like I said, he got the bag, he got the fame, he got this and that. But I'm just looking at him, his kids, just living a regular normal life.
Yeah.
As a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Even somebody like Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just us as black people, we just got to learn to, like I said, just get to a place to where, like we said, we're not so quick to go to get on 10, or we're not so quick to me against you, man. Just live
Yeah,
your life.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
There's nothing
The
wrong
issue-
with being a normal.
No, but this the issue.
You know what I'm saying?
This the
Law-abiding
issue.
citizen. There's nothing.
I'm gonna say
You know
what
what
you're
I'm
saying,
saying?
but I'm gonna use a different term. Just be you. It's cool to be
To be you.
You
but,
don't
but,
have
this,
to-
but, this
Yeah.
is, but that's the thing. A lot of people, now this is just not black people. This is people in general. People don't know who they are.
No, and find yourself. Take the time and
Right.
enjoy the journey. and
Yeah,
just
but
be
but
you.
like Max said earlier, if you, and what you said, if I'm 21, 19, 18, and I'm a millionaire all of a sudden, I ain't got time to find
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, eventually I will, but
Right.
right now, you
Yeah,
I'm 18, 19 years old, and
like I
just
said,
got-
that didn't do
No,
that
no,
money.
that's
That
intensified.
money didn't do exactly.
They
It just
intensified.
accentuated
No,
who
but
you already were. You know what I'm
Exactly. It
saying?
accentuates who you already were, but when you got the money, you can say, I can be, look, act,
Absolutely.
and do like the
Absolutely.
people with the money.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not looking at a Mark Wahlberg when you get your when your millions.
Right.
You idolizing, you trying to mimic somebody else.
Right, but but my point is because why would I idolize him? I can't relate to him.
No, I understand that, but my thing is, if you've been a video gamer
Yeah.
and now you don't play video games no more, what? What you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
What you doing?
You
know what
lost
I'm
sight
saying?
of who you were or who you were before you got
like,
the money.
You granted you 22, you got the money, but right beforehand, like you said, you're not a street guy
Right.
or person, whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
You're just a regular, you know what I mean?
Right.
I like to kick it,
Right.
do this and do that and do this. Now I got money, and it's like,
I can be whoever I want to be.
yeah, well, I don't go to Six Flags no more.
Right, like
That's
it's
lame.
not. Yeah, and that's
I'm still a kid,
that's what I
really,
was
you know
saying.
I mean?
Like just
I wanna do-
that normalcy of just.
But they don't.
you being,
But they don't.
you being
They don't
yourself,
even live
you
the
know what I'm saying?
normalcy though. Like to
No,
that
I'm saying,
degree.
well, they're just their mindset, like opposed to just say, okay, cool.
No, they're just not flashy. They trust me. They move how they move.
Yeah.
They not gonna just be out in Six
No.
Flags or what. But that's what I'm saying. The flashiness come from us not having nothing.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're going to show I have it. You gonna know I got it.
Mhm. But see, to add to that, we gotta learn, us as black people, we gotta learn that, like you said, well, like what you said. Okay, I got it. I'm showing it. We gotta learn to start doing more of this, more saluting.
Now that I agree.
We have to. We have to, and not to bring up other cultures, but again, bro, you don't see.
But you don't- but hold on.
I'm just saying you don't.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
playing
yeah.
devil's advocate, so
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. The point is, like you said, the other coaches though, but this the thing. When Timmy got it, James, John, Mark, Luke, they got it too.
Right.
When Bobby got it,
Right.
we ain't got it.
Yeah.
So we looking at Bobby like, I want what you got. Oh,
But-
how can
but
I-
what- but what about those-
Like you said, Bobby showing it so heavy.
And you,
Yeah.
it's like you,
So
it's like
heavy.
you in my
Right.
face with it.
Right.
Timmy just got a car. Bobby bought 6 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I can't get one.
yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I say I'm not disagreeing,
Right,
at
right,
all.
yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
the flip side. That's why I say that's a real psyche issue.
It
Like,
is.
You know what I'm saying? So when you
Yeah.
say, oh, when they get it, they, you know, so when they go to their neighborhood, everybody in their neighborhood is the same.
Right.
You go to our
Right.
neighborhood,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
drop
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
So it's like now people scheming like, I want to get it, but I don't know how to get it. So the only way I can get it is I got to get you for it.
Or I'm gonna see the people that is getting in my neighborhood and say, "Oh, how he doing it? How he doing it? How he doing it?" And then we want the instant gratification.
Gratification.
Yeah.
This is the college student. Excuse me. This is the college student. Graduated, started his career. He's doing the dentist that just passed.
Yeah.
The dentist.
He didn't.
He didn't pass.
Oh, parts out. But you look at him and say, "Man, damn, that road was long."
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this dude over here like, "You did that in over 2 summers."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fact.
So yeah, I'm just saying, man. Just our mentality, man. We have to. We got a lot of growing to do, man. We got a lot of evolving to do. You know what I'm saying?
But with that, what you said with the salute, we have to learn how to give back correctly. You know what I'm saying? So when we do come and get our people, we get. I don't know whether because it is a disconnect. But we got to figure that out to
Right.
where that
Right.
we can salute and be accepted at the same time. To where it's like, hey, let me teach you how to, because we don't we hold information.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when we get
Yeah.
it,
Definitely.
because we like, oh, I got it. I
got
don't want to
yeah,
lose
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And if
And
you,
that has to stop.
if I give it to you,
Yeah,
you become a threat.
That has
Look,
to stop.
And you give it to me, you don't want me to surpass you.
That's what I'm saying. You become a threat.
Yeah.
you become a
Right,
threat.
right.
So that's what I'm saying.
information.
Yeah, and, and even before we do that, just to kind of go a little further, me and you was talking about this. Like, we even gotta speak to each other.
Yes, I hate it. Well, we had this conversation.
See, that's
and let me
another-
tell you,
we
bro,
got-
hold on, real quick.
Literally, we have to speak to each other. I
Let me
can't
tell you,
tell you
bro.
how many brothers I walk by and I speak to them and they don't speak back.
Bro, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked about this, and it had literally, it was literally on my mind because it had just happened when we.
And
was
I just
talking about it.
randomly brought it up.
Before y'all start talking or after?
No, like while I was thinking because it had just happened to me.
Okay.
I had just left coming to his house. It had just happened to me.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I spoke to a dude. He didn't say nothing back. Walked right past me, and we didn't. It wasn't like he was over there,
It's kind of
bro. We was caught like
Russian
we could have
shoulders
touched
on it.
shoulders.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing. So it was my drive from where I was at, from the corner store to his house. I was pissed. Not really like angry, but it's
Yeah,
just
but
like,
you felt the way.
like, bro.
Yeah.
You know. And then
Yeah.
when I got here, he brought it up, and we just went in on us like, bro, we gotta.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with speaking to
Right,
each
right.
other,
It costs
bro.
you nothing because if we can do that, that will spark the, like you said, once we get information, I can share it with you. But we gotta learn the basics first. We gotta learn how to handle each other.
It's image, kind of what you said, tattoos and stuff. And I know you ain't tatted all on your face, but just, hey, what's up, man? It's like, nigga, get your scary ass. Not saying you look scary by far,
right.
but I don't know you, so just looking at you, why you talking to me?
But see,
You know what I'm saying?
but you
why
know
you
what?
talking to me?
Right.
And then look, it's holiday season. You try to line me up. We don't talk
But
to me.
I think that's what he's saying is, and what we saying
I
is,
got you ready to say, get going.
but
Bro.
we have to change that.
Yeah,
we have to change that.
Look. Okay, like you said, identity. Nigga, I even put a little sauce on it. Yo, what up, King? Yo, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Trying to.
That's bait. Get your ass out.
No, I'm just saying though.
playing chess,
I'm
huh?
just-
Oh, you're different.
I got you first.
King. Oh, you're different.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you a Latin king
So-
or something? Nah, but I feel you.
But you know what I mean? Like, yo, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And we have to get on top of that, bro, before we can.
And it's crazy because coming from customer service, working in customer service, I speak to everybody.
Right.
And
Right.
I would say 98% of people who talk back. Not talk, but just, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up, boss man?
But are you saying in the job?
Yeah, at customer
Yeah, in the
No,
job.
but that's what I'm saying. As soon as I clock out, I'm talking about as soon as I clock out, I'm walking out of my job. And the dude walk in and I'm, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. Like, not that I'm mad at my job or I'm frustrated or nothing. It's just all of that. I'm doing it because I got that's part of my job.
yeah.
But as soon as I
But that's why we have to make that part of our job.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing, bro. People may not. I'm technically, and I'm saying as not to say that I don't need it, but I know how people are. I'm one of those people, like, it doesn't, like, if you don't speak to me, like I said, that day was more so the fact that we were so close and I spoke to you, but just.
Now, I know you heard me, bro.
But yeah, but just an average, like, if you don't speak to me, it doesn't offend me. Or if I'm having a bad day and you speak to me, it doesn't really change me. But you have people that can make somebody entire day.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I've had it happen before where I spoke to somebody and they, oh my God, like, I've had a bad day, or just the simple, how you doing?
How you doing? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
asked me that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they may unload on you.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
right,
I'm saying, you gotta be
right,
prepared for
right,
that.
right,
You gotta
right.
But however, you don't know what you just saved that person from.
Absolutely.
How you made that person
Yeah,
feel.
the fact
you know.
that they took time to talk to you and just kind of vent. I don't care if it's 2 minutes, but they can go home relieved and feel like, okay, man, somebody heard me. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
sees me.
Somebody sees me. You know what I mean? So
Because I know that was something I had to strengthen. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, when our business, we know Matt could go talk to anybody. He would talk to anybody. And I've, over the years, because I'm not that person. I'm not a conversation starter. I'm not going to, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Now, I will, just depending on the circumstances, but just to initiate it,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm probably not. Like, I'll speak, but to actually go into a conversation, like, some people, yeah, how you doing? Oh, yeah, this and my dogs, and then, you know, oh, man, then my wife, she don't know I'm here, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I would never
Right.
give all the information.
yeah.
How you doing? I'm good.
Yeah.
I could be doing bad.
Yeah.
But see, when I go and I talk to people, and like you said, some people will unload on you. You just got to know how to stay in control of the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I got you on that.
Stay in
Like
control
you said,
of it.
we need to start speaking.
Absolutely, because once
And we gotta
once
feel
we
like
start
it's not a
doing
motive
that,
behind everything.
right? Once we
Yeah.
start doing that, I feel like we will grow and get to the next level. To like you said,
I
okay,
agree.
like yo, I got some information. Yo, let me show you how to do this. But we can't do that unless I got to speak to you first. So you got to speak. Like we have to interact with each
And
other.
that's why I
bro.
love cigars. Because when I started smoking cigars,
he became more relaxed.
no, for real. That's
You gotta relax.
like we say, cigars is one of the most unifying things in the world, and it really gets you to talk. And I've met so many people smoking a cigar, and people that are not afraid to hold information. Just have good, and it don't even have to be about information. Sometimes it's good conversation.
Right.
We can sit. It could be a good debate. You can be on one side, I can be on the other side, but we having a good, but it's respectful. You know what I'm saying?
And that's whether they black, white, blue, green.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Like
Exactly.
I can't really say I've just had a really bad cigar experience.
haven't.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
I have.
You know what I mean?
Not
Like
part of the
yeah,
element or
yeah,
the culture
yeah,
of
yeah.
cigar
But
smoking.
you know what's crazy? Because like what you said is not the element. But what's crazy? Even those people that we're talking to outside of cigars, they will probably be a different person.
Absolutely.
Like if we're talking politics in a cigar lounge,
Yeah.
we can have a decent conversation. But if they at their house, and, you know what I'm saying? It's not cigars involved.
Yeah.
They probably on a whole different thing.
Right.
Basically, you take the cigars away and just make it a lounge.
Yeah.
It's a whole
You're
different.
not even
another
talking to the
vibe.
same
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
anymore,
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm
not.
saying?
Yeah, ain't
Yeah.
no talking.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. So it's like, but that's the thing is, the cigar culture have set their standard.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, we have to set that standard.
Absolutely.
Outside of, yeah.
But I'm saying as people, we
As
have
people.
to set the standard that I'm gonna talk to you. You gonna talk to me. We gonna conversate. We gonna even if it's not.
If
even,
we build, cool. If not, bottom line is I caught a good vibe from you.
Yeah,
You
we
caught it
shoot
from
the
me.
breeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but
Oh.
yeah. That's that's
hey, listen, y'all. This is what we cut each other off. That's what we do.
Definitely.
with a cut
I
off
mean,
king.
of that.
yeah, that's what.
But y'all
we do.
notice like sometimes I'll just fall back and I let them go
because
because I will have my moments where I get going, but I really like to hear because in public they don't really say much.
That's what I'm about to say. He's the one talking.
Yeah,
to
I'm
me.
the one
he
who's
be
the
one
yeah.
talking.
He be the one.
Me and him be
Hey.
talking to each other like, look at this.
Hey, he ain't even he the person that'll be how you doing today? Oh, I'm good. You want to see my kids? He got pictures of them when they was. That's when he was 2.
I said, well, goodness gracious. Well, goodness gracious.
I mean, he started a conversation. I walk by and hear him talk. By the time I come by, yeah, you know, so when I was 7, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, God, dog. And like you said, we'll be over there like, boy, he talking
we're
like
going
he
in,
got,
man.
you know, and
Going
we
in.
won't
Yeah.
be talking. But
at the end of the day, that's I got a brand that I represent, and I represent me first. You know what I'm saying? Just so you meet me, and then after that, you get to know the crew and what we stand for and what we about. So you know what I'm saying? And pull up and smoke with us.
yes,
So that's
man.
what we
Most
doing,
definitely.
man.
We enjoy.
You know what
Hey,
I'm
this
saying?
was dope,
Yeah.
man.
And by the way, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way real, y'all. We freestyling this whole thing. We didn't do no pre-production and none of that. You know what I mean? We hit record on the camera. We turn these mics on, put the headphones on, and we got to it.
And
So
Exactly. That's what we
And we talk about what we talk about anyway. Like
Anyway.
this is what we talk
Yeah.
yeah,
about.
y'all just getting a snapshot.
Yeah.
This is
So
really-
and that's the whole point of this is to bring y'all into our world and our conversations because
Right.
we have so many conversations. And a lot of times we like this was too dope.
yeah, for
Just
somebody,
for us.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
to
world
hear.
needed to
the
hear.
world
this,
needs to
you know
hear.
what I'm saying?
Y'all can have y'all input.
Yeah.
Take what you want away from it. Throw away what you don't want.
Yep.
Comment what you want to. Your point of view. Whatever. But
Yeah.
hey, that's why we do this.
For real,
That's why we
for
pull
real.
them and smoke.
For real.
And listen, since we are smoking cigars, we set the standard. Y'all got to talk back to us.
Right? Right. Tell us any topics you would like us to talk about. Like you said, leave any comments of
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, all that like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Because we want views.
Oh yeah. Oh, and hold on.
Hey, man, that's real. We want likes. We want views. That's real.
And not only do we want views, but you know what I'm saying, we want, because that's a YouTube thing. But I do want to say this.
We live in the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No likes.
Yeah.
I'll take this down if you ain't got enough likes.
But we want the views. We want the interaction from you guys, and this will be blasted on all the major DSPs out there. So if for those who are not on YouTube and you just living under a rock somewhere, you'll be able to log on to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Hopefully the good people at Tidal will have us anywhere where you can listen to podcasts, man. You will get this.
Man,
audio
we gotta talk
work,
about
man.
Tidal.
We next episode.
'Cause I've been hearing
some rumblings,
and I love it, but
We
gonna
get
talk.
to it.
hey man,
That's gonna be a good one.
HawkMcSailor.com, Hawk McSailor on Instagram, Hawk McSailor on Facebook.
Yes.
Hit us up, check us out. Whether it's for the cigars, for the convo, for the lifestyle, for the podcast, whatever, hit us up, man. Interact with us, talk with us, and enjoy what we have to offer. And
Definitely.
hopefully whatever you have to offer, we'll be able to enjoy it too, some way, form, fashion in the future. But other than that, man, thank y'all for pulling up and smoking with us.
So, any shout outs real quick?
Shout out to all the viewers viewing this.
Because we want, like we said, we want them likes. Nah, but shout out to you, man. And listen, real quick. Hey, man, stay hopeful. Stay prayed up because 2020 was rough. I think this is the first time I feel like in my 35 years of life, like this is the first time a year I can actually say it truly affected everyone.
It's a dark year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, people have bad years.
Right.
Businesses may have a bad, but at this point, it's like it's hitting.
Nobody was exempt.
And this
from
the
feeling
thing
that.
is not for nothing. So we have to wake up. We have to realize what's going on. You need to be appreciative of the people who are still here. Be appreciative of the job you hate going to every day because so many people lost their job.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You be appreciative of being able to go and do what you want to do because that has even been taken away from us as we just can't go out. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate hugs. Appreciate handshakes. That stuff we can't do no more. You know what I'm
And
saying?
all the creators out there too, man.
Yeah.
Be appreciative that, you know what I'm saying, we have platform, or you guys, just like us, have platforms like this to where you can be creative, you know what I'm saying, make music, do podcasts, shoot videos, all of that. And these times right now, people got nothing but time on their hands. So take that time, use it, make something dope, man, and put it out to the world, man. Hopefully you can monetize it or whatever, man, and just keep pushing, man. Keep hustling.
Facts. Pull up and smoke. Hawk McSailor.
We out, man.
We out.